we up? Wow. Of course, as soon as I try to stream. Alright, and I think we're up and running. Maybe. Come on. Yep, okay, there we go. Click on you, share you to the world, to the world, to the world. Alright, minimize that. Oh, you go away. And yep, just sharing this out to the world so people can see that I'm starting. Come on. Ooh, water. Let's get some water. Water? We call this water? Alright, out to Twitter. Blogger. I'm thinking this is a Russian name. I can't pronounce it. I don't even know half the letters in it. LinkedIn. What am I missing? Let's share to you. Post. And of course, Facebook. And I think we're good. Alright, well, let's get to it. Load. And I know, happy Valentine's Day and all that, whatever. This might be the last stream for this game because it might be almost over. We'll see. What can I do if I find out that I might be the very person I'm trying to track? It's not possible, is it? Sounds ridiculous, like a half-baked plot from a second-hand book. Stupid. Irrational. Impossible. Just like me these past few days. Maybe I should just go to school. I can only snort at the thought. Shallow, ditzy little school where I'll receive homework assignments on calculus problems, and how Mary Nori has Seido Samu, and 1,000 other things that mean nothing when people are dying every day. Still, if I lapse at school, maybe someone will catch me. Maybe we'll find out once and for all. Besides, it's not like I have anything else better to do. Or do you? Like find Rui and apologize. It takes me a moment to get dressed and wolf down a quick breakfast. The food is sour in my stomach, but I force myself to keep it down. God, that's great. Sorry. Contrary to the past few days, the entrance is packed with students. It's practically impossible to weave my way through. That was Ruri, wasn't it? No, that was Ari. I peer through the crowd of heads and catch a blue-green glimpse of red hair that slowly plods away. Reservoirs was shooting rapid fire at the sight. Again? They say Haru went missing and Shoji ended up passing away. Yeah, I saw the news. I can't believe it. I can. We should have expected it the moment we saw them talking to Ari. Do you really think she'd do that? No, not Ari. She's a good kid. Remember those girls are angry at Ari. But guys, isn't this getting a little out of hand? They even egged her this time. You think we're too hard on her? Midori, Toma, Akane, now Shoji and Haru. How high does the body count have to go before you start believing us? Was she even involved with? You're not taking the side of that bitch, are you? Ooh, look, an adult. I had to step in and take your group to the principal's office. Doesn't make them look any better. You. Hey, no fighting. I'm sure that his side as Masato breaks through the crowd, his jaw taut with suppressed anger. The students immediately quiet down, watching eagerly for another display, with their phone cameras primed for patter. Oh, hey, you better quit your yapping and scram. Your little chit-chat ain't doing a thing. Despite the fact that he's the president of our society, the students know enough about Masato not to start anything. They quickly disperse into the courtyard. Masato turns to look at me. I'm hit with the memories that I tried to forget. The argument at the canal. The bearded fight with Rui. It's amazing what 24 hours can do. All those encounters seem so distant. Masato curls his lower lip in disgust and strides away. Sucks me right in the stomach. I'm speaking before I know it. Masato! Lifts an eyebrow at me, but his body is tense with anger. I'm sorry? I don't know what I did. I want to know why you're so mad. I don't understand. Sato cuts me off, rubbing his finger in the end of his jacket until his knuckles turn white. If you're gonna take something from someone, man, at least take care of it. What? That was the last thing that I was expecting to hear. Get to class. He storms past me and disappears into the classroom building. I'm left bewildered. Even more alone than before. Well, because you pissed off Rui, you dickhole. This time, I've really got no one. Yahiko's in jail, Masato hates you, because he confessed his feelings to Rui, but she said no because she's in love with you. And then you hurt her, you jackass. Force myself to plod to my chair. The stairwells and hallways are congested with nauseating, frivolous gossip that makes me shake my head. So frivolous, so stupid, so high school. Oh, yeah, makes sense. It's high school. This is disgusting. Disgusting. Just about to slip into the classroom when a jolt of movement in the hallway catches my eye. Mr. Ryota has just opened the door to the principal's office, through which a number of students are filing. His face seems unusually burdened, most solemn I've ever seen it. Jiro? 5 of them bowling, cornering the Hiraga girl. Again? You don't understand, Principal. I really find with a murderer running around campus? What, throwing some kids with potty mouths under the bus to cover for her? Look, you guys will address the principal with respect, and you will listen to what he has to say. Next time I see you tossing around that kind of attitude, you'll be packing your bags, understood? I never heard him sound so harsh. The students instinctively step back like he's emitting some dark aura. Stop hitting that button! Mr. Ryota, how can you say that when Haru's gone? Harubonya? Gone? What? You didn't know? He's been gone since last afternoon. He didn't even come back to school for curfew. Haru's a smart kid. Didn't he notice they... What does it matter? Midori and Toma and Akane, they were inside the school after curfew, but they disappeared anyway. Inside, outside, it doesn't matter. We're all doomed! She bursts into tears and Mr. Ryota is frozen in place, looking strangely awkward. Breathe in him, Jiro. I'll handle it from here, because it's me. Wait, what? Mr. Ryota wordlessly steps aside, watching the students file into the principal's office. When the last student has entered, he shuts the doors, sighing heavily. Except for to greet him, but something halts me in my tracks. Students from this very school, gone. Yesterday, a death on subway tracks. Now, Harubonya joins the ranks. Can't trust myself. How can I possibly trust anyone else? Why not? Alright. Got to be the stress getting to me, but I see every familiar face as a potential enemy, a puppeteer in the shadows, moving all the chess pieces into place. Mr. Ryota, something about him seems unbearably ominous, surrounded by death. Am I the killer? Is the killer someone close to me? Or is the killer coming out of complete stranger? Stranger danger! Everyone is a possibility. Mr. Ryota is intelligent, flippant, and when he needs to be, ruthlessly efficient. Then he notices me awkwardly standing in the hallway, twiddling my thumbs. Well, but isn't my favorite delinquent? He's searching my face. I attempt to mask my expression. Can't show anything. Not now. Hey, Mr. Ryota. I decide not to mention the scene that I just witnessed. Maybe it's better if he doesn't know. Kid, we got bags for days going under your eyes. Have you been sniffling all night? What? Did you seriously just say that in the middle of school? No, I was finishing stuff up last night. I see. You sure you don't want to talk about it? Talk to him about my past. I'm supposed to trust Mr. Ryota. I don't know. I got some time before class starts. It's up to you. Wouldn't it be better to run my thoughts by him? He has information about the students that I could never get otherwise. Okay, your office? We slip into Mr. Ryota's office without any hesitation. Mr. Ryota settles behind his desk. He's eyeing me closely. Maybe he trusts me about as much as I trust him. You're really different today, Yama. What's bothering you? Do I really look that haggard? I thought I'd put up a passable front. That obvious? Once upon a time, kid, I was also a student. I pulled all-nighters for exams just like you. Except, this doesn't seem like it's related to an exam. Exams are the furthest things from my mind at the moment, that's for sure. Mr. Ryota, about the... murders? Rounds my question. You're still interested in that? It's difficult to keep my composure up, but I managed to look him straight at the eye. Please, if you could just answer one question of mine about it. I could see the reluctance in his gaze, but after a long moment he finally relents and with a silent nod. He said that the victims all had some kind of psychological problem. Could you look up their connections with... It's just a shot in the dark. I don't even know if the killer is someone who I've met in person. I got to see if they have any relationship with my old shrink. Someone started a club for depressed and troubled students. It was called the Happy Club, and I thought it had to be the stupidest name in existence, but that club was for depressed and troubled students. Students with psychological problems. Is it really just a coincidence? Is there anything between the victims and Yahiko Akari? Yahiko? Like dumb blonde friend Yahiko? Have you gone crazy, kid? What the hell would that have to do with these crimes? Can you look it up, please? I hate his doubt. Everyone in my sights is being painted as a potential target. Artie, Mr. Ryota, Yahiko, even myself. I just need to find proof that I'm wrong! Well, right. You're a weird one, kid. His fingers fly over the tablets. I see its surface flashing in a myriad of colors like strobe lights at a concert. Then he freezes and drops the tablet. It hits the floor with a shrill clatter. I thankfully wince, almost expecting it to shatter into pieces. What? What the... Gingerly, I stoop forward to pick it up. The screen is a mash of information, tidbits from the school records, patter feeds, and photos from Instacam. A group picture of a bunch of teens hanging out at the park, faces tagged as Yahiko, Ikari, Akane, Tsukino, Shoji Hashigawa, and Haru Banyo. A matching pad from Yahiko announcing the very first meeting of the Happy Club. An update from the... wow. Sorry. An update from roommate of Midori Mano claimed that Yahiko was harassing Midori with the most horrible pickup lines. She doesn't even like chocolate. Picture of the orientation groups before school started, including Toma Hayashi as part of Yahiko's orientation group. He led orientation? No, never mind that. What is this, some conspiracy? Looks like the universe was just waiting for me to dig into Yahiko Akari so that it could flood me with information that couldn't possibly be coincidental. The common thread is... Yahiko? Dun dun dun! No, this is ridiculous. I reject this reality and substitute my own. Mythbusters! Well, I mean, maybe there's someone else in common. But there's a trend that I can't ignore. Even now. Even worse. Each victim is getting progressively closer to Yahiko. Mr. Ryota, if this is true, Yahiko is next. Okay, to Mr. Ryota, but he's only staring at the floor and characteristic shock etched all over his face. Mr. Ryota? Hey! What you do, boo? Huh? Oh, sorry. You know how sometimes you get so focused on something that, well, kind of forget everything else? Does that happen to you? Often? Not you? You seem pretty fixated on the idea that Yahiko Akari is related to these murders. You're not serious, right? I don't know. Everything seems like a possibility. As if I was all stuck in a dark room with only vague shapes and sounds. Feeling my way around and then someone turned on the floodlights. Leaving weird spots in my vision that have to be hallucinations. Somehow aren't. Bow, bow, bow. Just a bell, kid. Bow, bow. You better get to class. Do it now! Class? We're on the verge of discussing something bad about the killer and have to go to class? No, I should go. More than anything, I need to cool down. Give my mind time to process the shock. Bye, Mr. Ryota. Take care, kid. Au revoir. I slide out of the office and race down the hall. My mind is still hazy with thoughts. There has to be another explanation. I must have missed something. Who took the picture? Ooh, who took the picture, or were they using a selfie stick? They didn't say. Maybe I just shouldn't think about this until later. When I arrive, I notice Yahiko is already in his chair. I instinctively freeze when I see him, words so fresh in my eye. But wait, didn't Marie say that Yahiko had been arrested? At the subway accident, hadn't he been taken under suspicion of Shoji's death? And yet, I saw him in District 6 last night. Definitely under Yahiko Akari. Definitely had some kind of conversation. True, a lot of the time had passed because of my lapse. There was a good number of hours between the subway accident and the alley accident. But still, is it possible for someone to be released that quickly? Parents got cash! Influenza! Did he use his personal connection? Did he call his parents to bail him out? No. No. I'm thinking about this wrong way. He must have been released because they found that he was innocent. Maybe bureaucracy isn't as inefficient as I thought. Maybe the case was finished because it was urgent. Yeah, as if that's likely. No, stop thinking about this. This is crazy. Temporarily shut my thoughts out and slipped in my chair. Yahiko seems to be browsing through her patter feed. Wait, we talked yesterday, back in 266. It didn't seem like an ordinary conversation either. Are we in good terms? Neutral terms? Bad terms? From my memories, I'd guess that the encounter was negative. Perhaps strangely, he'll find out about my lapses. What do I do? Then again, he's got someone's death weighing on his mind. Someone who he knows. If he was an innocent witness, he'd be traumatized. He'd be different. How exactly do I act with someone who... Well, hello, my good minion. Yeah! I jerk backwards, but he only grins brightly, waving his hand in front of my face. Feeling a bit under the weather? No worries, have some coffee, straight from Buckstar Coffee House. Press an insulated cup at me. I peer through the lip. Sure enough, I see thick caramel liquid that frosts in a warm whirlpool. Hesitantly, I take the cup. The heat crushes my cold hands. Is it poisoned? My mind supplies. I shut it down. Oh, no need to thank me. I'm naturally as generous. A sharp chill runs down my spine. Is it possible that's so natural after seeing someone die, after seeing blood, tasting blood, hearing blood? Why is he grinning? Why is he acting like nothing happened? I didn't know Shoji that well, and even now, Yahiko. Hey, sounds like that's the warning bell. I'm gonna have to chat a little with Misaki. He bounds away with a spring in his step. What? If this has something to do with our exchange yesterday, there's no other reason why he'd be able to completely ignore death, much less the death of someone he knew, unless... Students! Seats! Do it now! The rest of the class searches through the chairs. The commotion drowns out my thoughts. I force myself to pay attention through class. It's preferable to getting visions of bloody, beaten bodies. I answer the teacher's questions every chance I get and actually listen to the lecture. Apparently, it's such a rare occasion that the entire class is staring at me by lunch. Still, break is break, and any momentary curiosity immediately halts at the first chime of the bell. Yahiko tugs at my shoulder. His face is still alight with a cheery grin. Lunch? Calf? The old gang? I seal myself and look straight into his eyes. I stare at the train station where Shoji died. Yahiko freezes. His expression flickers for a single moment, almost too quick to catch. What happened? Why were you there? His face flattens. A stab of guilt wrenches through my stomach, but I try to squash it. I need to know who I'm talking with, and who's talking. Come on, minion. If we wait too long, the lunch line will take forever. A hungry overlord is not a happy overlord. Yahiko. Well, guess there's no forcing you if you don't want to come, even if you're a minion. Ta-ta for now. Quickly prances out of the room before I can slip in another word in. I can't suppress a shudder of revulsion. In fact, Yahiko acting the same as he always does is terrifying. Moreover, I've done nothing to ease my fears about my lapse. So I have no clue what happened yesterday. Why I saw a bloody body. Why I ran into Yahiko. You are disturbed. What happened? I almost jumped at the sudden voice from behind. Ari is seated on the edge of the table, munching quietly on a peach. What the? Where did you come from? Classroom 2D. Ha ha ha. Well, I know that. She only tilts her head at me. Like a perfectly calibrated machine, waiting for a simple command. Like a soulless doll, ready to kill. No, I need to stop this. These are people I'm talking to, not machines, and they're not killers, and I'm not a killer. We're just ordinary students at an ordinary school. Something is bothering you. I falter, my words caught in my mouth. My thoughts are building up in my head, pounding incessantly, begging for exit. Did I talk with her? Yes. Yeah, I had an interesting day. What happened? Well, I saw someone die, maybe killed by my close friend, and then I was a jerk to the only person who stuck by me. Then I went to a sketchy part of town where I saw a mutilated body. Since I can't remember how, because my brain is only half functional. Not much. She evaluates me for a moment from behind her peach. Let's go to the rooftop. You can throw me off the roof. What? She only gests for me to follow her as she pops out of the classroom. Well, at the very least, I guess it's a better place to talk. Like most days, the rooftop is practically empty. Ari plops down in an obscure corner, nibbling at her peach. Sit. Yes. I obligingly settle next to her. She pushes a peach into my hand. You're quiet. She says placidly, the irrefutable fact of a textbook. I only stare at the peach. Is this for me? Oui. I can eat it? Oui. Hesitantly, I bite into the fruit. It's succulent and soft, just like her booty. Wait, what? I don't realize how hungry I am until that moment. I've had plenty of chance to eat, but little appetite. Sobering thought brings me back to the moment. I look into the sky, idly blurting whatever comes in my mind. Feels like life has been the same for years, and now everything's changing. I don't even know why. Cocaine! Wait, what? Nope, not cocaine. Definitely not cocaine. A wry smirk pulls at my lips. I close my eyes and lean my head against the bench. Give me some alcohol. Let's drink our sorrows away. I remain still, waiting for me to elaborate. You know, people upset they drink themselves to oblivion, that kind of thing. Great idea, right? Now that's a contribution to society. Still silence. Disconcerted, I open my eyes. Ari's nowhere to be found. She wouldn't have taken me seriously, would she? Wasn't it obvious that I was joking? Ari? Nothing. Check my phone. No messages. Maybe she left for a different reason. Maybe she denied not to talk to me? Yama! Yeah! Frown. Ari is standing behind me, hugging a bottle of sake in one arm and a bottle of vodka in the other. Oh crap, she actually took me seriously. Where did you get that from? No, never mind. How did you get that into the school? Alcohol is strictly forbidden, yet in the space of maybe minutes she's managed to square someone must smuggle it in. Ari only smiles lightly, holding both bottles in my direction. Drink! So proud of herself I can't find an immediate refuse, but alcohol? What am I supposed to do with this? Chug, 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 chug! Open the throat, rookie. Can you, return it? You wanted to drink your sorrows away? Oh, no, I wanted to get drunk. Ah. Suddenly sprints away towards the edge of the roof. All alarmed, I follow after her and watch as she manages to nimbly jump on the branches of the tallest tree. Well, as soon as she manages to shimmy down the tree into the ground. Because of her small frame is immediately lost in the foliage. Too alarmed to speak, I managed to walk back to where I sat before. I sat to alcohol. That's now in my possession. Wait, I have alcohol. I could get expelled. I could go to prison. I could... Here. Yeah! Where did she even come from? Didn't I just see her in that tree? Take this. She pushes a can of Starmon energy drink into my already full arms. If you mix this with alcohol, you will become intoxicated much quicker. What? But you will feel alert, so you will want to drink more. Do not. I could have guessed that Ari would take my words at face value, but how does she know all this? Wait. Don't actually want to get drunk. It was a joke. Joke? First of all, I'm not stupid enough to get drunk, especially given that my brain is only half functional as it is. Besides, it's illegal at my age. Not that Ari seems to care. Okay, first thing first. How to get this alcohol out of school without anyone noticing? Guess I could just ask Ari, but that doesn't seem very fair to her, since I was the one who made her get it in the first place. Unintentionally, of course. How did she get it here? I know she can climb trees with ease. Maybe she also went through the ventilation or sewer system? That's ridiculous, isn't it? By the way, the key lies in her hands. Ari, how did... Bang! Watching horror as the cork shoots out of the vodka bottle, sails over the railing, and plumps to the ground below. Ah, what the hell? Oh. Well, crap. Is this a cork? I usually peer over the railing. A student is clutching the vodka cork, squinting upwards. Hurriedly lean back before he can see me. Past second, I thought this day couldn't get any better. Hey, teach, this cork just came from the rooftop. Oh, the smell. Is there a party on the rooftop? Not an official one. Almost as the teacher storms to the classroom building. She'll be here any moment. Frantically, I turn to Ari, who is experimentally tasting the vodka. Ari, we need to get rid of this. Now! Ari clearly registers urgency in my voice. He promptly sets the vodka down and stares right at me. Throw it away? What? No, just put it back wherever you got it from. Oh. Why hands alcohol to me? I wasn't trying to steal it from you. What? Why are you... No. Put it back where... Slam! Teacher... Oh, no! Crap, my voice cracked. Come on, where are those make-believe skills? You! The teacher barrels in my direction, her eyes flaring. Did you see any other students on the roof? No? So you meant that this cork came from you? She was cork with shaking hands. Dang it, I should have made something up. I should have said there were students, but they ran away. What's that? It's the only half-intelligent thing that comes out of my mouth. Don't play dumb with me, young man. Where are you hiding it? What? Come to think of it, why are you standing in front of this bush? Bush? What bush? That's her right. I follow the blocker. She weaves to the left. I mimic it. Okay, that was definitely suspicious. So, it's behind you, isn't it? What's behind me? You're digging your own grave, young man. Move aside. This is it. This is what all my years of suffering through school have turned into. This is the culmination of my sucky week. It should be stupid. It should be trivial. Getting expelled from school, what does that matter in the face of 5 deaths or losing my friends? But, what if I turn homeless? What if I enter the spiraling abyss of debt? I have to join the Yakuza and I can't... What? Huh. I suppose you're clear. That's back from the bush. Surprisingly, it's empty. There's no sign of Ari nor the alcohol. Did she finally understand what I meant, or is she just taking it to a more terrifying purpose? Teacher suddenly whips to me, her eyes narrowed. While I apologize for suspecting you without any basis. That's about as apologetic as a toddler in a tantrum. If you happen to find those irresponsible students who are in possession of alcohol, give them a little message for me. They can run, but they can't hide. Dun dun dun! Just as abruptly as she entered, the teacher raced from the rooftop, slamming the door behind her. Finally sink to the ground, relishing the relief that washes through my veins. I live another day. Here's the message. Gotta go away. What a ridiculous encounter. Yama? Yeah! Dang! Again, Ari appears as if from nowhere. This time the alcohol is nowhere to be seen. I understood. I put them back. She practically burst with pride. Well, for Ari, hesitantly, I pat her on the head. Thanks. She only nods placidly and continues to munch on her peach. She was curious, but where did you get that stuff anyway? The vodka and sake. Cafeteria kitchens. Wait, what are they? What? How does the cafeteria kitchen have booze? Ah, you're kidding me? That's not good. Wait a minute. See, what, you stole from the cafeteria? They weren't using it. Well, it's still the schools. It's illegal for minors to drink and it's illegal to steal. It must be doubly illegal for minors to drink alcohol that's been stolen. Who would ever think of taking the kitchen stock? The idea is either genius, insane, or both. Come to think of it, how does Ari get her peaches? But her stash is inextinguishable. By the time I stared, she has a new peach. Couldn't be. Ari, by any chance... No, it is ridiculous. All this is ridiculous. Drinking about alcohol and almost getting expelled for it. Peaches, endless peaches come from nowhere. Moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches. Moving to the country, gonna eat me a lot of peaches. Peaches come from a can, they were put there by a man in a factory downtown. If I had my little way, I'd eat peaches every day. Alright, I'll stop. Brain damage, memory lapses, bus accident, mutilated bodies, double face informants. Hurting Ruri, hurting Masato, Mr. Ryota and Yaiko and Ari as serial killers. My chuckles transform into an all-out hysterical fit. I struggle to keep breathing as my ribs ache beneath the instinctual heave of my lungs. It's crazy, all of it. What is funny? My throat aches as I struggle to master myself. Life is hilarious. Erin cleans her head, quietly waiting. It's imitation enough. Ever had that feeling where you feel like you know everything, but it just takes one moment and your whole world crumbles to pieces? Like Le Rouge Laparda? The Rouge Laparda. Oh, it's Le Rouge Laparda. I'm being likened to a fictional character from a show. Sure, Le Rouge Laparda. He's a pretty cool guy, right? He kills people. Oh, that's a bit of a damper. So fingers behind my head, staring into nearby flowers till my eyes begin to burn. Probably not any better. Rui and I got into an argument yesterday, and I was an idiot. I don't know what came over me. The kind of things I was saying, I never thought them, not genuinely. We haven't fought like that, well, ever. Is that what death does? Make you become a completely different person? She seemed... fine. Normal. I thought she'd be okay since she didn't see it. Hey! What did I hit? What did I hit? Crap, I just hit something. Right back, alright. Seemed fine, normal. I thought she'd be okay since she didn't see it. Ari considers this for a moment before she speaks. Every word is enunciated deliberately. Perhaps she had problems. Problems she did not want to worry you with. My parents were the same. Your parents? They died. Oh. I feel the urge to say that I'm sorry, but it sounds shallow in the gravity of the moment. I see. Ariel nibbles at her peach. How? I don't realize how sensitive that question is. It's right out of my mouth. Thankfully, before Ari can respond, the warning bell pings. I hurriedly get to my feet. I guess we have to head back to class. Ari silently stands next to me. They fought. Every word seems labored, like it's painful to utter them. They fought They probably killed each other in a fight. There's a strong part of me that wants her to continue, part of me that's curious about this enigma known as Ari Hiraga. But I can't bring myself to do it. There's enough craziness going on, finding out about Ari's past might just make things worse. Hey, you don't have to tell me. It's fine. Not really, I want to know. Hey, you don't have to tell me. Alright? I moved to the rooftop door, keen on exiting before I cause any more trouble. Better this way, my curiosity just leads to hurting people anyway. Ari silently follows me, staring at the peach cupped in her hands. We parted the stairway. I'm not sure what to say, but at the very least she doesn't seem angry at me, just thoughtful. I expect to spend the remainder of my time by myself, but instead I find Miss Saki waiting by my chair. Ah, Yama. Hi. Do you want to go somewhere with me? What? Now? No, tomorrow, of course. Right now. That's about to start. Are you seriously coming up with an excuse to stay in school? She's right, normally I wouldn't mind. So, you're saying we should ditch? Hey, stop hitting it. For the phrase, investing our time in other endeavors. Ooh, she's gonna get laid. We're trying to. You make it sound so ugly. As fun as this may be, it might actually end up being kind of fun. Especially when you... Hey, I better stop saying that. Let's ditch. Why not? It's not like I'd be doing anything productive in school. What were you thinking? She smiles brightly, gesturing the door with both hands. You'll see. I obligingly exit the classroom right as the bell sounds. As we make our way down the street, newfound excitement takes the place of anxiety. It's definitely a welcome change. Personally, just come on. After we ordered pick up a chicken, we slipped to the nearest booth. Found this place the other day. Their wings are pretty good. I know, I come here a lot actually. Really? Well, not recently because of the investigation. The lapses, the serial killings, Rui, Masato, Yahiko. Now that I think about it, when was the last time we all ate here together? Has it really been that long? My memory just that unreliable. Somehow Misaki manages to catch the change in my face. She quickly leans forward, her attention fixed on me. Something's bothering you. I'm assuming it has to do with your fight with Rui. Wait, how do you know about that? Because she told me. Well, more like it forced it out of her. Exasperation is quickly replaced with concern. So you're still having your lapses. She told you about that, huh? And about Mizu, and that you almost drowned. So what, are you going to lecture me about that too? My response comes out harsher than I intend. Instead of getting angry, Misaki only raising an eyebrow in bewilderment. You jumped into the river to save someone. Why would I lecture you? Because I didn't save him, Mickey, because I couldn't even save myself. It just ended up being useless again. You're such a damn dumber? What the? She saw something incomprehensible slamming her face on the countertop. Everyone in the restaurant immediately stops to look at us. Do you know what I hate most about you, Yama? The fact that you always bring yourself down. Yes, you could have died, but you tried anyway, right? You could have ignored him. You could have just let that boy drown and no one would have thought less of you because of your condition. It's not always about succeeding, it's about having faith in yourself. Fingers curl on the edge of the table, an odd heaviness to her tone. Even with your condition, you're a lot more capable than you think, Yama. So please, don't ever say that you're Lucius again. In response to her words, I can only remain in stunned silence. Is she actually commending me, even though I had almost died, even though I hadn't accomplished anything? But to be completely honest, I almost felt a little touched. Now she can touch you, and you can touch her. Wait, what? Finally, there's a little outburst that attracted the attention of nearby customers. Misaki's face blushes a bright red. She sinks back into her seat. I'm sorry, I shouldn't have yelled at you like that. The pain in her face is almost palpable, as if she had just slapped me across the face. Oh, it's fine. Hey! We should probably finish eating. Yeah. We direct our attention back to our food. For the next few minutes, we eat in awkward silence. I'm about to say something to break the tension. I notice Misaki reaching to GFC's signature hot sauce. Miki? If I can warn her, she already downing her wings like there's no tomorrow. Isn't that spicy? The ketchup? That isn't the ketchup, it's hot sauce. Oh, so it is. She really shrugs her shoulders and continues eating, seemingly unaffected. You know, not even Masato could handle that. Masato must be a wimp, then. This is teasingly eliciting a chuckle from me. Pretty sure she's probably the only person who can beat Masato in an eating contest. I don't want to see that, actually. By the way, have you seen that pad I sent you? You sent me a pad? Have you been using Patter recently? To be honest, no. Besides, motioning me to hand over my phone, I obligingly do so. Apparently, the Kimono commercial has generated a lot of buzz. I was reading some of the comments, and you seem to have quite a few fangirls. Hi, what? Fangirls, female fans, admirers. Why would I have admirers? Don't be so modest, Yama. I mean, you are attractive. Meow, chicka meow meow. I remember you saying something similar to Yaiko the other day. Oh, don't worry, I think you're much cuter than he is. Yeah, she wants it. Why would she think I was worried? How can she say that so blatantly? How did we even get on this topic anyway? Here, I'll send the comments to you. I'd rather not. He's so cute. I wonder if he has a girlfriend. I've never seen this actor before, but I like a lot. The acting was so good. Are they really a couple? This guy makes me question my sexual preference. I'm a dude, by the way. Have you ever? I think I should. That should be enough. Feeling my face flush, I quickly lean over the table, snatch my phone out of her hands. She only glares at me in amusement. Don't tell me you're embarrassed. Of course not. Then why is your face red? I just don't have your talents for spicy food. She goes at this, absorbing herself in her own phone. She should seriously consider becoming an actor, Yama. It's not like I did that well. You did well enough considering the circumstances. Yeah, but feel attention, pleasure out of praise. Not an actor, then what? Cocaine dealer. I'll probably just met in my parents' restaurant. She pauses, raising a questioning eyebrow at me. Here it comes, the manager of your parents' restaurant isn't a real job remark. I didn't know you could cook. That's what she was surprised about? I'm decent, I guess. Can I be your first customer? Sure, I got some sausage to feed you. You let me eat for free too, right? What? No way. Why not? Because you'll put me out of business. Put you out of business? I point to her empty plate. She seems to make the connection. Are you implying that I eat too much? I'm saying that you'd have to pay full price, otherwise I wouldn't profit. You definitely wouldn't be able to profit if your arms were broken. Wow, that escalated quickly. I'd like to have all my bones intact, thank you. Oh, you trying to call a girl? A sudden shrill emanates from her cell phone, cutting her off in mid-sentence. Hello? Oh, yes, I'm so sorry, sir. I'll be there. Right away. Quick, let's call, clearing her food from the counter. What's the rush? I'm late for my meeting. You have a meeting? Yes, with my manager, after school. Ah. Quick, finish your food so I can leave. Someone grabs a wing and tries to shove it in my mouth. What are you doing? Why don't you just go? I hear it's bad luck to leave a restaurant by yourself if you're with someone. Where do you hear that from? The internet, of course. I shouldn't be surprised at this point. Come on. I'll just bring my food with me. Bottom. After fetching a food container for my wings, Misaki drags me out of GFC. We stride into the warm spring tinted air. Misaki turns to me, pasting on a smile. Thanks for ditching school with me, Yama. No problem. Maybe we can do this again sometime. You're planning on becoming a delinquent now? I mean, being at GFC, I missed enough classes as it is. In that case, sure, I'd like that. Until then, later! Later, hater. With that, Misaki waves animatedly, hurrying off to work. It was nice, honestly. Spending some time with her made me actually relax. I'm ready to head back to my apartment, but a sudden ping brings my attention to my phone.
Where were you? Get to class now!
Or not. Sup, General. Heard from the little bird on a turd that you were feeling a bit under the weather. Want to swing by Drama Club? It's a party, figuratively speaking, of course. Drama Club? Now? Well, I guess technically I have nothing else better to do. Go to Drama Club. It's not a bad idea. Some make-believe might just be what I need. Especially with Akira, if that display on the rooftop is anything to go by. What classroom? 2C, be there, or be a cupcake. Because, you know, a square is just so yesterday. And cupcakes are delicious. Oh my eyes, but I'm smirking as I enter the classroom. Yeah, this should make my day considerably less crappy. 2C is just as generic as 3B. In fact, the only difference with my classroom is that it's currently filled with a scattered group of students. The number seems to be fewer than when I was last here. Good day, General! Akira pops from beneath the desk, face shining in a cheery grin. Glad you decided to join us. I end up smiling back. So what's going on today? Oh, just improv exercises, having some fun, and all that jazz. Our impromptu performance the other day was about as successful as the Puritan party, so we're taking today to relax and gather morale. So, it didn't go well? I can say with 100% confidence that it was absolutely terrible. And that's why the room is so empty? I say nothing escapes you, Mr. Holmes. Yes, many of our own numbers have deserted us. We are left stranded in the desert, wretched alone. Oh, whoa. Despite the dramatization of her tone, I notice that she seems to be happier? You like that there's less people, don't you? Well, that sounds so unpleasant. It might be. I guess I can see it. I mean, less people to deal with, right? Rather, a smaller and more intimate group provides for better screen time coverage in the case that our lives are made into a show. A show? What? Think about it. Stories with large ensemble casts often purely focus on external conflict, while smaller casts allow room for individual character development and realization. That's how a lot of TV shows work, you know. And that's why smaller casts are worse for you if you break a bone. So when I thought I was beginning to understand something like this happens, I see. Of course you do. You have two functioning eyes. Before I can respond to this absurdly little statement, the club president claps her hands, gathering attention of the room. Okay, guys, I don't think anyone else is coming. Let's get started. Group shuffles into a circle. The president's eyes land on me. Her eyes widen noticeably. Oh, Yama Ishimoto! Great to have you here. You remember me? Why, of course, Akira. Akira frantically makes some kind of vague gesture with her hand. The president coughs. Akira brought you here. Foreign spy, right? It wasn't that long ago. I notice our unusual actions, but decide to ignore it because Akira wants you. Right. Well, you're in luck. Today I've got some great exercises planned. You guys ready? The group, though small, lets out a hearty roar. The president slides a hat towards the middle of the room. Inside it lies a tangled mess of paper. Okay, let's just do some warm-up improv. Akira, do you mind? It'd be a pleasure, Prez. Shigley shuffles forward and snatches a random slip. Prez looked over the words. My character is a lawyer. Good. Tatsuya, why don't you match her? Sure thing, Perez. Prez starts to slip and snorts in disbelief. A dragon with an attachment complex to his captive princess. Great, you guys know the drill. 3 minutes. Ready? Kira straightens, adjusting her jacket. Her partner leaps on the desk and curls lithely as if she's an actual dragon. Go! Akira strides forward, whipping her finger to her partner. Hold it, Mr. Dragon! Objection! Are you not aware of the severe consequences associated with kidnapping? Serious felony offense. Your lightest sentence will be equivalent of 20 human years or more if you do not cooperate at once. No, you can't take her from me. She's mine! My precious! Kira slaps her hand convincingly on the table. Your Honor, to defend it. We're not in the court of law, little lawyer. Go away before I fray you to a crisp. Take that. I thought that dragons were supposed to be creatures of honor. Must I challenge you to a duel? Her partner gives a long, dirty sigh as if generally disturbed by Kira's incessant presence. Fine. You want to know, little lawyer, why I refuse or forfeit my precious? Enlighten me. Simply this, little lawyer. You are playing by the code of humans. I am playing by the code of dragons. Shall I tell you what that code of dragons states? That a dragon can kidnap any poor innocent soul whenever they so please? No, in fact, little lawyer, it is prohibited for a dragon to withhold a precious maiden for more than 24 hours against her will. Or in the major extenuating circumstances. Which is? The place to which she must return is worse than in our possession. Gasps slightly. Even Akira's confidence falters. She. What? My dear, dear, precious little lawyer was cruelly abused in her own castle. It is safer for her here than anywhere else. But that can't be. A brief silence falls on the group, punctuated by the shrill tone of alarm. The group president hastily waves her phone as the room breaks to applause. Time up! Great job, Akira. Tatsuya, that was really creative. That plot twist was a brilliant comeback, Tatsuya. It was so fun to watch. When Akira sits next to me, I lean closer to her. So, this is an improv where anything goes? Actually, it's more like a battle of wits. As the improv continues, a scenario is created, where each person clearly takes one side. While staying in character, they must figure out how to win the battle of wits before time is up. That doesn't seem very even. Oh no, I'm just not good at it. Aw, you see, I should have said that the princess was actually Spartan. Therefore, what the dragons perceive as abuse, society perceives as normal. Huh. That kind of improv concept is very interesting. Never thought of something like that before. Okay, next! Yama! Want to give it a try? Sure. Like a slip of paper from the hat. A delinquent boy. Of course. What'd you get, General? An honorable samurai, terrific knight? Sorry to disappoint, but... Hi guys, I'm sorry for being late. Suddenly, the door flies open and Rui comes rocking into the room, dumping her backpack on the ground. My mind runs completely blank. Rui, she's part of the drama club. I'd completely forgotten. Oh, perfect timing. Why don't you play opposite of Yama? We're doing Battle of Improv. Rui's eyes land on mine. Surprise, etched clearly over her features. Guilt turns to my stomach as she shuffles away, her smile adopting a clearly awkward tint. I probably... Come on, the hat's waiting. I think I forgot something. She inches through the door. My hands in my pockets trying to stun the stifled air out of my lungs. Rui! Rui halts in her steps, staring pleadingly at Akira. Why don't you be Yama's partner? Horror spreads across Rui's face. Fierce indignation rears in my stomach. Bite my tongue to keep my words back. Why, of all days for her to interfere? Why today? Does she know what happened between Rui and me? Is this her way of exacting revenge since she got into a fight with Rui? I have to go, Akira. What? Rui! Rui clicks her backpack and pulls from the room. Akira's face falls. Well, it was worth a shot. What's got into her so antsy? Comfortable silence descends upon the room. It's more than I can bear. I hurriedly grab my backpack. Mine's still clouded with anger. Sorry I had to go too. Thanks for the performance, though. Wait, you two? Already? General, why? Goodbye, Akira. I'm barely able to keep the snap out of my voice as I rush out of the classroom. Stop only when I bring the fresh air. My thoughts, now broken from their mold, are racing uncontrollably in my head. Rui, train, Shushi's death, seeing Rui, yelling at Rui, hurting Rui. Even forgot that she was in the drama club. General! Hold up. Kira sprints to me, face fraught with worry. Why'd you leave all of a sudden? I clench my jaw, working to keep my words civil. Akira, I need you to be honest with me. Okay. Did you also ask Rui to come to drama club today? She usually comes, but I wanted to make sure. That's the answer enough. What did you want to make sure? Because you wanted us to meet? Well, yes. Kira, please, I've told you this before, but you need to stop meddling. Look, Rui and I fought yesterday. What just happened in that classroom? Well, I think you might have made this scenario a whole lot worse. General, I know that you and Rui fought. What? Anger blossoms in my stomach. Then why did you plan this? Did you intentionally try to make us miserable? Is this because you and Rui are in bad terms? No. Rui and I made up a long time ago. Well, actually, it was just yesterday. But still. Sorry about that. Alright, and back to the game. This appeases me slightly. I try to withhold my accusation. Then why? You need to make up with Rui, General. Duh! I wasn't there, so I don't know who was wrong and who was right, but it's always best to apologize first. Your words are unusually straight and simple, especially coming from her. Still, I don't appreciate how she's meddling yet again. Here's the thing, I don't even know if we will make up. We might just not talk to each other again and move on with our lives. That's exactly what can't happen, General. Don't you see? You move on, you leave loose ends, and you end up with regrets that fester inside you like mozzarella cheese in an Indian summer. Ooh. Even if it's painful, you need to make up. Because by the time you're ready, it's too late. Sitting to the bench for the first time, realized that her chipper demeanor belies an exhausted face. Too late? Spends a moment in pensive silence before she speaks. I can sense the story behind her heavy words. General, you know Shoji, the unfortunate soul who recently died? I do. More than I wish I did. He was in my class. I take a moment to swallow this fact. Shoji had to be part of the class. Of course, I just hadn't thought of such an association. I saw him, General. I knew Akane. I knew the relationship. I knew that she disappeared and he was taking it hard. Saw the signs, every single one. He'd joke about suicide. He wouldn't talk with anyone except his closest friend. Haru, but Haru was in a different class. He wouldn't eat, wouldn't sleep. He was giving his stuff away, saying goodbye to everyone. Holy shit. It's horribly fascinating. Even when I can sense the heavy sense of guilt in Akira's words, I find the back of my mind cataloging what Shoji was planning to die. Then says the train. Was suicide? Quickly catch myself. Now it's not the time to think about this. I need to understand Akira. The weight associated with her guilt, it's not something she should bear in the first place. It was a textbook example of suicidal thinker, General, and I just ignored him. Too awkward to talk to him, too weird to approach him normally. I did nothing. Rui talked with him. She did what I should have. She did? When did she? No, I shouldn't be surprised. That's something Rui would do. Rui with a big soft heart. That I brutally crushed. Akira, that just shows that his death isn't your fault. If Shoji died regardless of what she said. No, General, I could have done something. I could have blown him or something. If I just talked to him, if I just smiled once, just waved once, just let him know that he mattered. He died, General. He died and it was too late. I always thought that Akira's bodily exterior would allow all the troubles of the world to bounce right off her skin. But she's taking Shoji's death harder than anyone I've seen. Pain in her voice is nearly palatable. General, that's what can't happen with Rui. Life is just too short. You don't know what the next day will bring. You could get run over by a car, or Rui could get run over by a car, or a nuclear bomb will hit Osamu, wipe out the entire population. You may not want to bring that up. That's probably not a good thing. It might sound stupid, but you have to make up now before you have any regrets. She laces her fingers together and stares at them. But please, talk with Rui, General. Don't let the skirmish turn into a 7-year war. It's clear and open and everything, not Akira, but everything Akira all at once. I know I should be empathizing with her pain, but all I can think about it is I'm impressed. There's much more to her, a deep part that I never knew was there. I'll try to make up. I'll try to smile reassuringly. She returns there, her shoulders relaxing. Well, if you need some aid, you can always call for backup. I have a particularly dangerous concoction known as the matchmaking plan. It requires a nearby movie theater, a bouquet of roses. This isn't for a date. Oh, who's to say that it can't be? Sorry at this, but it comes out a little more affection than I was expecting. Let's stick with a simple apology. Well, General, even if you want to be boring, I do want to give you any help I can offer. Thanks for the thought, but it's something I should do myself. between me and Rui, so I'll take responsibility for it, not you. Kira freezes at the statement. Did I hurt her feelings? I appreciate the offer, though. Trying to avert her gaze and troubles away concerned me. Kira? Huh? What's wrong? No, nothing, just, you know. That's really cool of you, General. It's very admirable. Admirable? That I take responsible for my own crap? Well, I don't know. Is it time for me to get going? It must be. They'll all be wondering where I am. See you, General. Thanks for stopping by. And please, make up with Rui soon. Bye! As soon as she appeared, Kira bolts away. Her words are strange, her analogies are unthinkable, and half the time, I'm not sure if we're speaking the same language, but today I felt closer with her than most of my longtime friends. Amazingly enough, I think that we're actually starting to reach some semblance of understanding. Head back to my apartment, pondering the encounter in my mind. It's light up by the time I return. The day stretches ahead of me, full of possibilities that don't actually exist. I gotta study if there was any point in doing so. I could hang out with my friends if I hadn't already screwed them over somehow. Just talk to them, honestly, and apologize. At the very least, hear their side of the story. Try to understand what exactly is going on in their minds. And yet, I don't. I'm not even completely sure why. The only clue lies in a nagging thought in the back of my mind. Maybe it's better that they don't know you. Maybe it's better they don't have to blow off classes in order to find vague clues for even vaguer case. Maybe it's better if they weren't forced to deal with some depressed kid who never got over his sister's death. Maybe their lives would be easier. If that's the case, the only thing I can do for anyone really is to solve this case. Solve this case and stay out of the way. The key lies in my laps. Everything could change depending on what I saw last night. You're a coward. We'll see about that. I need to know what if change took place and what it meant. Putting out of my train of thought, pondering the next course of action. If the doctors can be trusted, all I need is a strong trigger. Something to give my brain a nice kick. Like a bloodied corpse. Right, easy. It's my phone, hand shaking, nausea returns to my stomach as I bring up my browser search engine. Switching the mode to images. I can do this. For Rui. For Masato. Yahiko. Miss Ryota. Shiguri. For the people who've died. For Mizu. Tap the screen of finality. Losing sanity floods my pupils, pulsing to my brain like black oil. It wraps around me, strangling my breath out of my lungs, laughing softly in my ears. Too late. Too late now. I struggled against it, but the empty eyes, the wash of organs and veins, it sends my head reeling. I vaguely feel myself overturned, retching. That pushes at me, but I push back, reaching into the farthest depths of my mind. Remember. Remember! Remember. You can do it. A clear, high voice pierces through the haziness of my mind. What? I know you can do it. I'm down to the yard of some primary school where there's grass and trees and no town mindless skyscrapers, most definitely a suburb. I'm sitting on a swing, and a tiny girl with legs that don't even reach the ground is on the swing next to me. She's a brave one. With every extension of her legs, she pushes higher and higher until she's almost horizontal with the bars. There's a muscle tiny, my own legs don't reach the ground. Ah, this day I remember it well. I remember at the point of painstaking detail. I remember how the sun fell on my face, how the flowers sang in the wind, how the delightful shrieks of children were a soundtrack that played endlessly in the background. I remember despising it all because no one should have been happy. Not when I had to move. Not when adults kept saying things I didn't understand. Not when Mizu was gone. So, when they come, just tell them, okay? The girl's cheery voice broke me out of my thoughts. I was barely swaying back and forth on a swing, a chemical juxtaposition to her vivid enthusiasm. Okay. It was not okay. I was not okay, and not just tell them. But as a child, I had very quickly learned that just saying okay was the easiest thing to do. Saying okay made people happy. Saying okay made people leave you alone. But this girl was an exception. She swung down. She suddenly ground her heels into the bark much beneath her feet. Which it sprayed at me. I promptly leapt to my feet, yelping in indignation. Hey! Girl jumped from her swing, landed in front of me. When she stood up, her hands seemed to glow like fire in the sunlight. Promise? Took bits of bark off my elementary school uniform, nodding dully. Okay, pinky promise? So I got a hand. I shoved mine in my pockets. Okay. You weren't pinky promising! Pressed my heart. Hope to die. Stuck a needle in my eye. This because I suddenly felt funny. The girl's eyes widened. Oh, maybe you shouldn't hope to die. Your sister is already dead. What the fuck? Solemnly shrugged. Yeah. It's okay. There's lots of trampolines in heaven. Trampolines and flowers. Okay. The girl was saying her piece, leapt back into her swing, and continued her crazy quest to the top, while I made shapes in the bark mulch with the tip of my shoe. Suddenly the girl hunched her knees to her chest and pointed frantically in the distance. Hey, hey, they're coming, hey! I shrank against the swing. I didn't need to look where she was pointing. I already knew what lay in that direction. Come on, Yama, get up. No. You promised. No, I didn't. Yes, you did. You just promised. No, I... Hey, you poophead. Seven glanced meekly at the newcomers. 4 older children, big in every dimension, with glittering eyes and smiles that were far too cheery for this time of day, or any time of day for that matter. You're stupid, poophead. Yeah, why don't you play with us? He doesn't even talk with anyone. Just stares at us with those freaky freak eyes. Like his freaky freak name. Yama, what a stupid poophead name. He's a mountain. Crazy Glam girl slammed her shoes into the ground again and sprayed mulch at him. They didn't even flinch, instead they grinned wildly. Ooh, he's with a girl. Having fun with your little girlfriend, freaky freak. Ooh. Only hits my shoulders and took the abuse. The girl, on the other hand, curled her fingers to her fists, crouching aggressively. He's not my boyfriend. We don't kiss yet. Yama and Rui sitting in a tree. Kissing. I bet he got cooties from her. I don't have cooties. Ew, don't get too close, guys. You might get some. Run away! As the girl Rui lunged after them, the 4 split and ran circles around her, laughing raucously. Hey guys, came with a song. Yama Yama needs his mama. Freaky freak, just like a llama. Yeah, what's a llama? Doesn't matter. Yama Yama needs his mama. Freaky freaky, just like a llama. Needs the girl to fight, cause he has no might. They slapped their hands together, laughing cruelly as I fought to keep the sting out of my eyes and throat. Okay. I said this possibly saying okay would make them happy, saying okay would make them leave me alone. Ooh. Ooh. That's not good. I collapsed to the ground, sniveling, but the rest only laughed. You hit like a girl. Is that the best you can do? Freaky freak and his freaky girlfriend. I'm not his girlfriend. What on earth is going on here? Teacher jogged over to the scene, followed by a crowd of twittering students. Rui's eyes lit up, thinking that help was coming. I only continued to stare at my shoes and knew what would happen. Teacher, these 4 bullies are... Teacher! Yama hit me. Look at him, teacher. I think he's going to die. Yama's not being nice. You said we should be nice, right? At the flip of the switch, the bullies had transformed into a pile of sniveling clues victims to the odious freaky freak. Teacher said the same before her person who lives. The crowd awaited her judgment. Even at 7 years old, I already knew what it would be. Yama, I understand all the bad feelings you must be dealing with, but you can't hit people, okay? Infuriated, Rui jumped in front of me, yelling at the top of her lungs. They're lying, teacher. I hit him. Teacher smiled tenderly at her. Rui, I know that you're very nice and you want to protect Yama, but he needs to take responsibility for his own mistakes. Yama, come with me. We need to see the principal. Okay. Suddenly I got to my feet and passed through the crowd to her side, still staring at my shoes. I could hear the bully snickering in the background, but Rui grabbed at my sleeve, whispering softly but intensely. You know what? I'm gonna ask Mommy and Daddy. I'm gonna ask them how to get back at those poop heads. They'll be sorry, just you wait. She released me. The teacher led me away. Proper criminal to the execution block. Tried forgetting the encounter to strangle the hope that was rapidly rising in me. Sooner or later she would get tired of me. Sooner or later she would decide to leave. Sooner or later she would just be another face in the crowd calling me Freaky Freak. She never did. She moved cities and started attending the academy. I followed her out, all the while expecting that one day she'd realize she wanted to be with a freak and she could have any friend she wanted. But that day, I would have moved to Osamu for nothing. But that day never came. I waked briefly to a hammering dull sound, almost like someone pounding at my door. Open up, Yama Ishimoto. I know you're in there. Come on and get in the door, you bloody prat. It must be Elizabeth. Only she would say prat. Saturday night time. How long have I been out? Don't make me break this down. Every time the door drives further into my headache, making me wince. What is Elizabeth even doing in my apartment at this hour? Just quiet down for a second, okay? The pounding stops, finally. Turning on the lamp, I glanced around. At some point, I threw my jacket on the ground. Thankfully, there's no vomit or other bodily discharge to be seen or smelled. Did I fall unconscious? Nothing else happened? I'm waiting! 5 minutes, Your Majesty. Stuck on my feet and head to the door. A sudden dizzy spell knocks me over, barely catching myself on the kitchen counter in time. As a result, my hand slips on a cup, sending it crashing to the ground. There's a harsh sound scrapes against my eardrums. Porcelain rockets to every corner of the room, scattering across the tile. Good God, what's going on in there? That's been in front of my vision as I struggle to the doorway. Something cuts into my foot. I roughly shake it out. Finally, I managed to open the door. Elizabeth's dour glare promptly melts into shock. Yama? Happy? I stood to pick up the porcelain, but my foot twinges with pain. Wincing, I crash to the ground and examine my heel. Why are you bleeding? I point wordlessly at the shards of the cup. Elizabeth sighs, gingerly plugging them from the corners and dumping them into my trash. Didn't be getting into these scrapes quite often. Hey, it's not every day I break a cup. She ponders this silently. It's only when I actually clock the time. What are you even doing here? No, actually, how do you know where I live? Puts the last of the shards into the trash can, then turns to me, hand on her hip. Is this really what matters right now? Look, first we need to take care of your foot. Where's your first aid kit? I usually point to a medical cabinet in the kitchen, bottom shelf, next to the stove. Swiftly strides to the cabinet, pulling a pipe of antibacterial ointment. A pipe? What? You mean a tube? And it goes rap. What? I can manage it myself. I can do it better. You seriously turn this to a competition? That wasn't what I... Just stick out your leg. I don't have the will to argue with her. I silently extend my foot. She waits a towel and dabs it against my heel. Look, this is a shallow cut. There's not even any glass in it. Sure. She expertly slicks the ointment, then binds her injury with a rap, as if she's done so 1,000 times. The fluidity her emotions are almost hypnotizing. She finishes. She suddenly speaks, her voice unusually soft. Why were we at the train station yesterday? Uh-oh. Freeze at her words, withdrawing my foot and taking a step back. Train station, did she see me with Rui? It's about Shoji's death? Decides to stick with a cautious answer. Rui was planning on commuting from home. She had to take herself to the train station. I was just... That's not what I meant, Yaman. You know it. Why were you at the scene where Academy student died? My mouth runs dry. Or to speak past the ache in my throat. What? Soji Hisagawa. He died at the train station and you were there. How do you know that? You just tell me, why were you there at that exact moment? The pressure... We just told you we were there for Rui, you stupid bitch. Wait, would it count to take a seat? Were you there too? Yama, just answer. How did you know? Why are you so insufferable? Not be your best friend, but don't you trust me? Just one whit? My exhaustion, my nausea, my dizziness, it accumulates in one lumpy, long-running resentment. Insufferable? I'm the one who was insufferable? I was just a normal student in a normal class. I didn't cause trouble. I didn't bother anyone. Who bothered whom first? Who insulted whom first? Who was the person who pretended to be my friend? I wasn't pretending. I was just trying to help you. Oh yeah, you're an angel, nagging and criticizing and micromanaging me. You should have just done my homework for me. Let me ask, did I ever ask you for your help? Did I ever ask for you to tell me that I was trash at everything? I'll admit that I made some mistakes, but I was trying to help you. Well, I thought so too until that project. Don't tell me that I'm insufferable. You're the one who started it. Elizabeth bristles visibly and grabs my shoulders. Breath is hot against my face. A current of lavender and vanilla bursts against my cheek. What did you expect? Did you think I would baby you around? You dumped that project. Led me to do everything. You don't know how many all-nighters I had to pull just to get that bloody poster done in time. That poster isn't even what? Worth anything? It's worth a grade, Yama, and grades are money. More than that, it was a City Link project that was worth 50% of our grade. Feeling surprised at this fact. Honestly, I never checked the syllabus. The fact that one project would be worth so much is alien to me. Elizabeth quiets and releases my shoulders, sitting down on the opposite end of the couch and folding her hands to her lap. To you, coming to this school is just pocket change. Not exactly. My parents aren't billionaires or anything. Maybe, but you can slack and you'll come back another semester. You can scrape by at the bare minimum and stay assured that you'll remain a student. But I need to work for it so that I'm not a burden on my father. He's already so busy with work, the house, and with me, education is just out of the question. Seems to shrink inwardly, looking oddly defeated. I try to work past my shock and phrase my next question delicately. Your mom, doesn't send help? She's dead. Oh. Yeah, it makes it a bit difficult. Just a little. She recovers and stares me in the eye. You already know that I'm a part-timer at a cafe, even while I keep up the illusion of being rich to others. The absolute best thing I can contribute is maintaining an academic scholarship at this academy. The cynical side can't help but laugh. Scholarship? Who would work so hard to come to the school like the academy? But at the same time, if I'm fair, I know it's one of the best high schools around. So just how much quality of education has deteriorated since the depression. To you, Yama, it may seem like I only cared about my grade. And yes, I was controlling and I wanted to control every aspect of the project. But it wasn't just for the nice letter on a card, it was to keep my scholarship. If I let things fly, I would have lost it. What? With you dropping the other end, the most I could have gotten in the course was 50 points. If that's worth half my grade, well, there goes the scholarship. I absorbed this quietly. Truthfully, I don't even know how to respond. I didn't know. I'm aware of that now, knucklehead. My grades are my livelihood, so is how I uphold myself around my peers, my extracurricular activities, my everything really. Well, scholarship like a school like this is nothing to sneeze at. But you're basically a slave to the school. Well, I won't deny it felt that way a lot. But it doesn't matter as long as I can win it back. She trails off, her eyes drifting to the distance. I nudge her. Win what? Oh, nothing. Yeah, that sure sounds like nothing. Well, it's not important at the moment. What I want to know is why you were such an insufferable arse on that project. Close as I am to admit it, you weren't completely awful until it started. Subtle insults almost seem to hold a teasing edge. Prompts me to reply honestly. Well, your nagging was irritating and your opinions were bad. Honestly, I didn't care that much until this one day where you mentioned my sister. Sister? She seems genuinely aghast at this nugget of information. You don't remember? I didn't even know you had a sister. Oh, interesting. I thought it was a deep insult. Oh, and your sister thought so too? Well, she's dead. Oh, bit hard. Just a bit. I'm sorry then, I didn't know. Was that why you dropped the project? Something like that. Well, it makes sense. A moment of silence falls between us as we work to process these revelations. Honestly, it felt pretty alien to share a civil conversation with Elizabeth. Till just a week ago, we'd been at each other's throats on a nearly daily basis. This really is like Pride and Prejudice, isn't it? What? Well, I've gone so long misunderstanding you. Well, so have I. I guess both of us are Mr. Darcy. And Elizabeth Bennet. As everyone is to some extent. You more than most, Miss Half-English woman whose name is Elizabeth. And you as well, Mr. Takes his wealth for granted. Before I can respond to this, she clears her throat. Oh, this is getting off topic. Seriously, Yama, I need to know why you were at the train station. I just told you! You know, Elizabeth doesn't seem to have any bad intentions, just to mention the trauma puts me on alert. Why do you want to know? I need to know. Elizabeth rises to her feet, her voice slow as she glares down at me. Why? Because depending on your answer, you could be the primary suspect in the... Wait, what? Oh, but how should you know? Why? I get... Do I need to spell it out? Katsu Kobayashi. He's a policeman. The one who found you in the forest a few days back, right around the same time they found a body in the woods, a mutilated body of a student that matched the pattern of disappearances. While Katsu's in charge of Shoshi Sagawa's case at the train station, what does he hear from his primary witness? That you were there. Oh, bloody incompetent people! You somehow possess the intelligence initiative to falsely kidnap and murder 46 people. Can't tell whether she's insulted me or fighting for my innocence. Not that it matters when she knows so much. How do you... Her hands up in the air. Fine, my father's the bloody superintendent of the bloody Isamu Police Department, and Katsu is a family friend. Now, will you tell me? I'm stricken speechless by this barrage of revelations. Elizabeth is the daughter of the police superintendent? I'm trying to think of it. Maybe she has superior knowledge of dressing wounds because her dad's the police superintendent. Pieces start falling into place. Elizabeth's atypical outlook on the killings, systematic behavior during the school investigation, how she knew how to handle a gun, even in just laser tag. Something makes sense about her. If you're wondering, no, my father doesn't blab out confidential information. I learned as part of the investigative process that involved Katsu interviewing me. What? I wasn't even thinking about that. Well, why are you wasting time? Just tell me what you're doing at the police station. I told you I was helping you remove! Those are the words I want to say but can't. What was I doing at the train station? I might have just fainted, but when I'm sleeping... When I'm lasting, I have no clue what I'm doing. Elizabeth's frown finds a neutral curiosity. Yama? I don't know. Also to tell what's going on, everything happened so quickly. The deaths. Being drafted as an assistant, then being fired, more deaths. Wait, all over in the space of what, 9 days since school started? You're just being ridiculous. You either did something or you didn't. Look, just say that you couldn't have anything to do with Shoji's death. What if I did? Then say that you did. Is it really that hard? Or to admit that you could be a serial killer without even knowing? Yeah, I'd say that's pretty hard. Then again, she just thinks I'm joking. And what if I don't know? Expression quiet as she seems to understand. You're not seriously entertaining this idea, are you? For God's sake, Yama, you a murderer? That's a load of rubbish. Can't know that for sure. Oh, yes I can. Look, it's bloody impossible. Clearly, you're not an actual killer. You wouldn't be acting this way. Therefore, there's no reason that you would have anything to do with these killings. Stars above, for a rational person, you sure do awful little thinking. Ironically enough, the bite in her tone is comforting. She sounds so confident, like I could never be guilty, like I would never be able to hurt someone. But she doesn't know about my lapses. She doesn't know that I could potentially be a completely different person. Look, you're many things, Yama, but a murderer is not one of them. Got to believe that if you don't, no one will. What if no one already does? Then you just gotta show them who you are, and show them what you can do. They'll doubt you, they'll fight you, maybe your friends will leave you, but you've got to fight back. Rah, 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 go, 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 fight, go team! I no doubt that to any other person, his speech would be amazingly inspirational. To any other person, life changes would be made and worldviews would be altered. But fighting back, involving people, doing something, that's what I've been doing for this past week, uncovering, investigating, taking initiative. And well, that's how that turned out. Still, I have to admit that she stirs hope. Even in someone like me, her words make me want to leap up, to raise my fist, to fight back. I just don't know if we'll make things better, or worse. Thanks, Elizabeth. She falters, her eyes widening. What? That's the first time you didn't call me Lizzie. Would you prefer that? No, not particularly. It simply feels odd. Her eyes drift across mine, slowly, contemplatively. Well, done with the pity party? Closest I can get to done, I suppose, Miss Bennet. Fair enough, Mr. Darcy. After all, I know how you enjoyed your parties. Ah, yes, you can tell by my acute desire to eat, drink, and dance the night away. Why, the night is scarcely young. Wait, it's midnight? She leaps away, pointing to the clock in horror. Oh, looks like it is. Good God, I have to get going. Now! She hurriedly shoves the medicine back into the cabinet and scrambles to the doorway, instinctively grabs her sleeve. Wait, what's the... Let go! Now! She doesn't look like she's going, so I quickly release her. Something dawns on me. Oh, academy curfew? What? No, I have a permit because of my father's job. Does curfew even exist, or does everyone just ignore it? And what is it? Homework? Sleep schedule? No, nothing like that. She doesn't want to be in your apartment this late at night. Someone sees you. Shouldn't it be obvious? A girl in a boy's home at a late hour? What? Just that? It's nothing to worry about. I've had plenty of girls over. Ray was one of them. Heck, she even knows the key code to my door. But Elizabeth doesn't seem to take this as company. In fact, she turns white as a sheet. Plenty of girls? It's fine. People don't care around here. I care. Do you know what this could do to my reputation? She paces agitatedly, wringing her hands. Her worry is stressing me. Look, like I said, it's not a big deal. Guys have girls over all the time, and girls have guys over all the time. Substance attracts and stares at me. Oh, as friends? Well, what else would they be doing? You're asking because you don't know? That is generally why people ask questions, yes? And according to you, girls come over and guys come over and they just study or play games or eat dinner or whatnot? That's exactly... Wait, what were you thinking? My God, I can't believe we're having this conversation. Covers her face and rearranges her jacket, quickly opening the door. I'm just going to go. Now. I'm left flabbergasted. Dude! How can you be that... What? How can you not know? Sun's door in my face, I can't even get in a word. Well, that was abrupt, I swear. I'll never know what's going on in that head of hers. Yeah! Probably doesn't mean anything to you, Yama. But I believe in you. Before I can make a move, she promptly shuts the door again. This time I hear the rapid plink of her shoes against the apartment hallway. She strides out of the complex. She believes in me? Of all people? Elizabeth Oshiro believes in me? Well, that's just like the irony of life, I suppose. Can't deny that it's reassuring in the most bizarre way. She's more confident than I am in my own innocence. It feels nice to have someone like that on your side. A fighter. A warrior. Someone who will tell the truth to your face, even if you don't want them to. I can trust her, weirdly enough. It boosts my mood, gets me into investigating mood, but I managed to stave it off. Now I need to get to bed and get some rest. If I'm going to detect this crime, I need to do it on an alert mind and a lot of sleep. Nightmare? I'm tossed awake by the rattle of a jackhammer just outside my window. So start this... Wait, what? A jackhammer? A handful of men, grabbed in bright orange, are huddled around some crack in the middle of the road, surrounded by 3 large trucks. Definitely construction work of some kind, but at this late at night, what? Fall back in my bed, jam my pillow over my ears, but it's futile. A noise pounds straight through the wall. What are they... Wait, that doesn't make any sense. Everybody leap out of bed and head to my living room, kneading at the tension between my temples. Of all times to choose construction, did it really have to be at such an ungodly hour? Hurry to the living room and lie on the sofa, but sleep avoids me, just like it's gone for good. Well, clearly this isn't going to work. I decided just to get up and start the day. Let's see. Breakfast. Fridge. Completely empty, of course. Very fair. It's been a while since I've gone grocery shopping, but that does nothing to stop my growing irritation. This day looks like it's be fantastic! Ooh, beep beep. Beep beep, toot toot. Let it be, Rui. Terrible. No, no, I don't need another mysterious email. I don't need advice. I don't need any of this. Unreasonable? Wasn't there something about the case that was unreasonable? I'm trying to think of it. Maybe I could check the independent killings again. Oh, excuse me. That was a good one. From the sound of it, those killings might have had a substantial connection to this case. But I just... What was Ari and Wait, what? Well, I guess the internet exists for a reason. Why don't you just use your laptop? I draw my phone, running a search on the independent killings. Only a few options pop up. When I tap on them, they never load, only spinning in place. What the world is going on? Tap again, refresh, restart my browser, nothing. My internet's fine. I checked the NNN website and it loads within a second. Nothing with the independent killings. Seriously, the last thing I need is tech problems. Today seems to be one of those days where nothing goes right. I struggle to keep still, breathing deeply to stave off the irritation. My interrupted sleep, paired with a nagging twist of hunger, is starting to haze my brain. No. I need to fight this. First, I have to buy groceries and make some breakfast. Filling my stomach will help me think clearer. I head to the kitchen for my bucket coupons. Technically, I'm not short on money, but it never hurts to save. It's one of the few things I can do for my parents. When I look through the drawer, I find a phone tucked away in the back crevice. A phone? What's a phone doing here? Curious, I pick it up, turn it over in my hand. I don't recognize it. It's the latest premium super company name model. Scaling for my standards. Whoever owns this has to be a really rich kid. Not even an empty battery indicator. Is it completely dead? When he lapses, he takes the battery and puts it in so I can use it, but this way you can't figure it out. Weird, there's someone took out the battery, so now I've got this random phone and I have no idea where it came from. Wait. Isn't this the model that Misaki was talking about before? Just hear someone... What? Why would they be giving away that away at a drawing? I'm puzzled as well. Someone might explain what this WEED is? WEED is just an acronym for Wall Electric Energy Director. It's a new cell phone that can run on power from a wall socket, even without a battery. That's right. Now, this is the new model that Misaki was raving about. I can just use my universal super company name charger to turn it on. Plug the phone into the wall, holding my breath as I tap the switch. The wallpaper glimmers to life. A cheery group of photo of 7 or so people taken in the school courtyard. It's the Happy Club. These faces, they're the faces of Shoji, Akane, Haru, and Yahiko. Huddled around them are the 3 other students whom I don't recognize, but I think I've seen them around the cafeteria as the Happy Club. But didn't the, first couple disappear before the Happy Club was made? Could this be Yahiko's phone? No, he hasn't come over since last week. And if he did, there's no reason he'd leave his phone here, unless it was without a battery. I noticed that the phone has no lock system, no number code, no fingerprint recognition, no voice command. Something feels dirty about looking through someone else's personal information, but given the circumstances, it can't really be helped. Hold my breath and slide the lock aside. What the? Dude, where are you? Dude, tell me right now. Haru, pook up. Oh my god, it's Haru! I'm coming, so help me. I'm coming for you, damn it. Phone slips out of my hands and clatters onto the counter. Stare at it, wordlessly aghast. This is Haru's phone? What is Haru's phone doing in my apartment? Frantically, I checked the timestamp of the messages 2 nights ago, just an hour after the train accident. Train accident where Yahiko had allegedly been arrested and taken to the police. Was that why his words were so harsh? But then, why did I see him in District 6 that night? Haru, Yahiko, Soji. The lapse. What happened during that lapse? Did I kill Haru during that lapse? Someone's at the couch, my vision spinning before my eyes. What's going on? Oh, that was bright. Image shifts in front of my eyes and overwhelmed my vision. I'm in my apartment, but out of my apartment, I'm in the present, but I'm in the past. Everything smells like iron, trash, smoke. I walk forward and the carpet against my feet turns to slime. District 6, I'm in District 6, I'm in my lapse. I stagger forward, blindly reaching for a hold on the wall. A garbage bin, anything. My shoes catch against something on the ground. I barely hold my balance. Just a few feet away lies a corpse, hewn with long, slender cuts over every inch of its skin. Trickles of red seeping into the dark ground. Blech, to the ground. A dark pool slashes over the cement, sluggishly crawling towards my shoes. Step forward, fixed with morbid fascination, and peering into the corpse's mutilated face. It's not... No, not Yahiko. Can't be Yahiko. Don't be Yahiko. Oh, alright, it's alright. Made a mistake and I have to. Nausea kindles in my stomach and I'm struggling with shock, my limbs frozen to the ground. Iron fills my nostrils, strangling me. I'm sorry. I'm sorry, the body's unmoving. Still. Rid of its suffering. I run. I sprint as fast as my legs will take me, weaving through buildings, streets until my lungs are pleading for air. My surroundings whistle past me, twisting into the macabre images of mocking beasts. Too late. Always too late. Yama! I grind to a halt, struggling to keep a grip on my panic. Yahiko stands before me. His phone open and a lay in his hand. He's pale in the moonlight, almost to the point of being a ghost. Yahiko? What are you doing here? We stare word to say to each other. Yahiko suddenly shakes his head as if waving his thoughts away. Have you seen Haru? Depends on your definition of see. Now it's probably the worst time to have a smart mouth, but I can't help myself. I have to find some cruel human in the moment or I'll break. That's all what's left of him. You what? Yahiko's eyes search my face, but I'm unable to speak. He grabs my shoulders. Then what are you doing? You shouldn't even be here. I scoff at this. No, really? Yahiko ruffles his fingers through his hair agitedly. Don't you dare tell anyone. Is it Yahiko? What? Sounds like pleading, but their interesting word startles me. Why not? Look, no one can know about this. His evasiveness makes me wonder. It's almost as if he already knows that Haru died. Scared someone will find out? He falters, staring at me in disbelief. I'm trying to help you, dude. You have to get out of here, now! Or he's trying to protect you because you're his friend, and he cherishes his friendship with you enough to try to cover up for you. Man. That'd be crazy to think that he likes you enough to do that for you. I don't even know who I'm talking to. This is not the same Yahiko that I've known for 2 years. Why would I... Go! Leave! The intensity of his voice shocks me to obedience. I race away, flitting to the sanctuary apartment. Yawn. Sorry. I don't look back. I throw the door open and race to the bathroom, sagging against the toilet, as nausea rolls in my stomach. Haru's injuries flash before my eyes, inducing a fit of retching. It's like as for my body finally seems to come down. What? What did I just see? My hallucination merges with reality. I'm hunched over the sink, staring emptily down the drain. Haru, mutilated to death. Yahiko, disrespected without any rhyme or reason. Everything pointing to me, or rather an unaccountable alien in my body during the lapses. Or Yahiko. It's gone. It's all gone. I'm too late. I can't. I shouldn't. I didn't. Mizu, Haru, Shoji. I stood by. I killed them. I killed them all. Blood. When there's enough of it, the metallic scent kind of turns sweet, almost like a rich, vibrant pool of paint. Paint that gets everywhere, that seeps into the walls, the cement. Haha, paint. Art. I've never been much of an artist. Maybe if I was, Ruri would have stayed, but Ruri left. No, I chased her, I killed her, just like I have with everyone else. I'm done. All this too late. And there goes the bell, finally. Gosh, I thought that class would never end. Don't forget, big test tomorrow. My class runs unison, but I don't join them. I've accepted my fate. I'll just suck at math forever, so I might as well not study. Great, now I sound like, yeah... Wait, what? Yeah, I'm a big dummy, whining dummy, angsty dummy. Dummy that I haven't been seeing... Wait, am I Rui now? No. Yeah, I'm worried. Is that pathetic? I feel like that's pathetic. After the words he said, I should be mad at him. How could he say... Oh, it is Rui, alright. How could he use that kind of weak spot against me? I still trust him, I guess. I can't seem to stop trusting him, but if I'm honest, I said some terrible stuff too. Don't kill Rui! Oh, I know everything will be fine if we can just talk it out. But why do I need to be the one to take the first step? Okay, I know I was insensitive, but doesn't Yama know that I just want what's best for him? He's never really been able to take care of himself. He's basically a big, overgrown baby. A really attractive, big, overgrown baby. She's still flushed, remembering how he suddenly wrapped his arms around me, shielding my eyes from seeing Shoji. Well, okay, Rui, cut it out. That's just pathetic. Someone who I knew died right in front of me, and instead I'm thinking about my crush. This is what they mean by coping mechanisms? Anyways, Yama's baby. Baby Yama. Or is that why Yama got so upset because I keep thinking that he needs to be taken care of? I don't know. It's been so long since we've been so distant. I don't even know what to do. This is what twins feel like when they're separated, lost, even if they technically have other friends? Like certain meddlesome roommates whose name I won't mention but may or may not be called Akira. Anyways, being part like is like walking around without shoes, doing homework with a pen instead of a pencil. It's not seriously bad, but it's just weird. Not comfortable. Maybe I should just talk to him. And the way things are going at the school, it's better to not live with regrets. Same time, can I really do it? Hey, Rui! Classmate pops up in front of me with a cheery wave. Totally forget her name, but I instantly turn to smile. Hey, what's up? Ran into GFC, you game? My smile falters GFC. What I wouldn't give for a trip to GFC with everyone there. Sorry, I think I'll pass. Aw, don't be a party pooper, come on. I really can't, but thanks for the invite. Now I'm gonna talk to Garia. Are you? What? Where did that come from? I don't know, I used to hang out with her. That's in Ari's direction out of the corner of my eye, but even though school's technically ended, she's calmly sitting at her seat, munching on a peach. I used to just go up and talk to her because of her quietness, how she was bullied, how she was labeled. It really reminded me of Yama. I still should reach out to her. I should still defend her. But it just hurts. Is that why you were with me? Sticking around someone you know you're better than? That everything probably made you feel good about yourself. It's not true, it can't be. I wouldn't have done something like that, right? Didn't some philosopher once come up with a theory that every act someone did was only done to help themselves? There's no such thing as a real good deed? Helping elderly people is just to make yourself feel better. Giving to the homeless is just to get attention. Loving families just to repay them for raising you. And in the end, everything is selfish and selfish love doesn't exist? No, that can't be possible. You must have just been a real moper. Rui! Huh? Oh, sorry, I just remembered that I left my laundry in the washing machine. I passed smoothly from my lips. What's even scarier is that I don't even feel a hit against. Oh, I see, that happens to me all the time. I know, right? I should really set an alarm. Well, guess we'll get sewing. See ya! Have a good time! The moment she exits the room, though, I slowly drop my smile. Right now I'm a fake, just like the rest of them. Looking a bit under the weather. What's up? Kira, suddenly lifts from beneath my desk. I smile and release. I think it's real this time. Hey, Akira. Should I ask why you're hiding under my desk? Well, I'd tell you, but then I'd have to kill you. So, drama club? I don't think so. Not today. She says at me, not in a judging way, but definitely searching for answers. Remember what you promised. Yeah, but he's not even at school. That's exactly what you should come. We're done. We're doing covenants exercises. That way, after club, you can go right to his apartment. What? Today? Well, no time like the present. I can't do that. Not in our current situation. Situation won't change unless you make it, Rui. It's a universal fact, the law of inertia? Precisely, an object in motion stays in motion, same speed and in the same direction unless acted upon by an unbalanced force. Currently, the object that is you and Yama's relationship is headed straight into a black hole, where it will be crushed to tiny bits, or create a time-space paradox that unravels the very fabric of the universe. Point dramatically to the sky, she grins satisfaction. Exactly, so you should try as soon as possible. I lower my head. I'll try. I say this mainly to appease her. Honestly, I don't want anything to do with Yama, not anymore. Even thinking about him hurts. It hurts to the point where I feel like I can barely breathe. Might be asthma. Rui, it'll all be okay. You look back on this one day and think, well, I was as silly as a goose on a soap opera. That's a weird thing. Alright, whatever. Throat feels sore. I want to believe we're honest. Thanks again, Agent Angle. Oh, it's nothing, Agent Goose. Both silly goose and mother goose. Squeezes my shoulder confidently. I'm going to club, okay? Come when you can. Everyone misses you. Okay. Have a great time. As always. Squeezes my shoulder again and disappears to the hallway. I should feel terrible for lying, but I can't bring myself to feel anything at all. Taking my bag and exit to school. It feels like something out of habit. More out of habit than my own conscious choice. I should not come to my senses until I reach the school entrance. Why am I here? There's no reason for me to leave. I live on campus. I don't have any activities and I'm not going to eat anywhere. Oh, right. The idiots and I used to hang out here, usually before a trip to GFC. There's anyone now. What the fuck was that? At the the right hand corner. Oh. Okay. Sudden movement catches the corner of my eye. Huh? What was that? Right around the corner, but there's nothing except trash bin. Weird, I must just be tired. Think about heading back to my dorm to rest, but Akira's suggestion makes me hesitant. Now that she supplied the idea of visiting Yama today, I can't get out of my head. Terrible idea. He hates me. Just wanted to see me. He's tired of me, right? Well, who's reminding that idiot to pay his utility bills on time? Who's dragging his sorry butt through school? Who's keeping him from collapsing out of exhaustion? Ah! Akira, why? I'll just go just for a few seconds. Pop in and make sure that some nuclear disaster hasn't happened. Oh no. While I was doing his laps thing. Stop asking rhetorical questions. And give me your answers I don't want. Huh? Turn around, peering down the road. Just normal people, normal cars, normal houses, nothing out of the ordinary. I must just be real Okay, what's going on? Try to walk close to the street and blend into the crowd, but I swear that there's this constant shadow on the edge of my sight. No matter what way I turn, I can't seem to see it. There, again! Start to pick up the pace, weaving into more populated streets. Still there. Whatever's going on, I need to get out of here. Maybe I'm just being stupid, but I swear that the shadow's actually following me. Back to school, only stopping for breath when everything seems safe. No sign of that person, whoever they were. Good. Ah! What was that? It looked like they were behind the school, but that's not possible, is it? Well, Arches is the gate. How did they get in without me seeing? Fear starts running straight at me. I don't even have time to think. I immediately sprint away, heading back to the main street. If anything can protect me, this crowd can. Find a halt somewhere in the mess of people gathered by crosswalk. When I glance behind me, I can still see the figure hanging around the edge of the buildings. Can't even get a distinct outline, but I swear I see two glinting eyes in the shadows. They seem to be looking right at me. The fuck is going on? I shudder, pressing my... He's going through his time-lapse thing. Then when the sight turns green, the figure doesn't follow. But it's a little strange. Why does that person seem so familiar? It's Yama. I'm going to start with my head pondering temporarily. Ah, this must be what it's like to have a hangover. I was actually scanning the surroundings out of habit. City, nighttime, sitting on a bench, cool breeze and clear sky. Whether that I would have enjoyed it under different circumstances. Ah, that's right, I lapsed. I dropped my phone almost lazily. My brain's still fuzzy. Let's check the time. 10 p.m. I've been on it for how many hours? 14? The entire day gone. No record of where I went or what I've been doing. Check my bank records on the phone. Nothing new. Photos, notes, calendar, nothing. Pockets? Doesn't look like anything stolen. At least nothing super important. No messages and no calls, whether incoming or outgoing, unless they've been deleted. Is that it? Oh wait, something in my jacket pocket. It's the new phone. Right to Tobo's phone of Haru Banya. Haru Banya, who was brutally murdered. Haru Banya, who had the latest phone model. Haru Banya, who, after being murdered, somehow had his latest phone model make its way to my apartment. This doesn't raise more than a few questions. Nothing will. I don't seem to care. Why don't I seem to care? Well, I guess not like I'm going to get any answers by just standing around here. I should head back to my apartment, take another look, see if I missed anything. Not that I'm actually thinking clearly. Almost a little too clearly, actually. What's this? Trying near my apartment complex, I noticed a line of police cars surrounding the entrance gate. No, not Rui! In the center of their lights stands none other than the Shigure Yamamoto. Deep in conference with the police officer, I recognized my little trip to the forest. As per usual, Shigure is practically screaming her lungs out with every word. Are you not conscious of the impetus by which I have come? Officer Kobayashi, the Bureau has contended that the student must be incarcerated under suspicion of recent homicide. So I'm aware. I harbor my own suspicions. And you contend that such an intellectually impaired ersatz for a humanoid sloth could possess a sophisticated genius necessary to orchestrate the mass murder of his associates? Wait, mass? Wait, mass? I mean, don't you mean serial? Police are here. If the police are talking about me, they're waiting to arrest me? You know him more than I do. What was your opinion on the matter? He was my errand boy. You claim to be good at reading people. Are you saying that you misread the suspect? I'm also Shigure's jaw twitches. She stuffs her hands in her pockets to mutter something that I can barely catch. I am not wrong. Then you agree that Yama Ishimoto is the prime suspect. What? Was she Shigure? Legitimate detective. Does she believe that I'm the killer? She wouldn't, right? The emptiness in my chest promptly dissipates, replacing by pounding fear. If Shigure believes it, doesn't that mean that is true? I agree. She agrees. I agree. The universe agrees. I try to step back into my shadows. My feet fumble. I clutch desperately at the wall, staring blankly before me. We're on the same page, and I will submit a request to the stupid company. Track his phone. Time such an action would take is too substantial. Barring the convict conveniently shares his location with us. The process will take up to 48 hours. Then we better get started. Uh-oh. No, 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 no! Mass. Serial is one at a time. Mass is a bunch of them together. Where to? I can't even say my shoot. Well, first of all, get rid of that fucking phone. That totally implicates you, dude. Corner here, turn here, stop here. Yeah, that's right. I'm not just an ordinary high school student who woke up from an long nap. I'm a murder suspect, a guilty conscience, someone who holds the phone of the murder victim in his hand after the victim's. Get rid of it! Sure, she's not the type to lie to protect someone. I should have expected that answer from her. And if I accept it, shouldn't I be turning myself in? Trying to hold the subway platform, sliding to the nearest bench. Alone in a crowd, isn't that the expression? Hanging around in public is probably the worst place for me to be. As soon as they get a hold of my picture, it's be broadcast across the nation. Who knows? Maybe it's already posted on Patter. Maybe Misaki Yako have already stumbled across it, and like Shiguri, just like Shiguri, turning one by one. Not a friend, not an errand boy, not an academy student, or murder convict. Why wouldn't they leave? Why wouldn't they all just go? 'Cause you're not guilty! Voice is almost deafening in my head, resounding in every corner of my brain. I almost started the sound. What I want doesn't matter. The evidence says otherwise. Killings happened at night. The culprit, someone who knows the security procedures of the academy well. Someone who can fake sanity too well. What if, when I'm sleeping, my personality changes, and I get up, sneak across town? You know that's not true. Alright, that's enough. Close my eyes and quiet my thoughts, waiting for an image to materialize. Sure enough, a familiar figure steps into the scene. What are you doing here? I'm here to bail you out, kid. You know, last time I checked, you were supposed to be keeping me sane, not, you know, putting voices in my head. Ha! I can only keep you sane if there's any sanity to keep, kid. Touché. You know, what you're feeling right now, that's disassociation. You're subconsciously alienating stuff from your own emotions due to anticipating future trauma. I know what dissociation is. I like it. You what? It's a painkiller. What is there to like? Snap out of it, kid. You can only get to the bottom of this if you dedicate yourself to it 100%. You can't be afraid to feel. I hope you know how cheesy you sound right now. Will it make you feel? Feel what? Exasperation? You can't give up, kid. Not now. Why not? What's there to discover? That I'm a murderer? A fugitive from justice? Look, do you honestly believe that you're a murderer? Yes. Well, clearly I should know, or you wouldn't have dragged me here. You've got my time for now, kid. Make it worth it. I stare a little at the accuracy of Mr. Ryota. This Ryota. I must have spent way too much time with him. So, the null hypothesis is that I'm a serial killer, and working hypothesis is that I'm not. Good start, good start. What does that mean? It means that I just need to find evidence that I'm not the killer. But you won't settle for that, will you? You want to find out who's really behind all this. I might not even know him. You're kidding, right? There's a huge piece of evidence hanging right in front of you that... Meh, you know what? It's just more fun to... Just... What? Tell me, dickhole! I find myself becoming intrigued. How much do I know that I think I don't? Know to solve what the police, with all their resources and brain power and authority, still can't? Police are limited by a little something called bureaucracy, you know? Besides, remember, your advantage. My advantage over the police? You have a core piece of evidence that they know nothing about. What might that be? Because it was in my apartment. Bingo, the police don't have his phone in their physical possession, not like you. They don't have the same hints. Now, to be fair, they were buzzing around your apartment like vultures around a cadaver, so something definitely attracted their suspicion. But it's not like anyone else was at Hairu's murder besides you and the killer. At least, no one who witnessed it firsthand. Not only that, but the police didn't come to my apartment until just today. I found this phone just tucked away in my apartment. It had to have gotten there somehow, and then they were tipped off. So I put the phone in my apartment knows the code, since there was no sense of a break-in. And, well, you're basically saying that the killer is someone close to me because they can access my apartment. And it's... Then how did you lure the victim out even though you weren't close to them? Or why didn't you remember taking the phone from Haru, or removing its battery, or putting it in your drawer? Balance of probability remains that you would have remembered at least one of those events. Even so. We are not seriously entertaining this, Dr. Jekyll and Mr. Hyde. Play, kid. You know your own medical reports. The lapses are a problem with your memory, not your behavior. Could have changed since then. Do you even know how sad it is that you're losing an argument with yourself? So so it's someone who has the passcode. Someone that these people trusted enough. It's gotta be... it's gotta be Yahiko. That's an unlikely scenario, right? So then what? So assume that you're not the reason why Haru's phone is in your apartment, then how did it get there? It was planted and then they were tipped off. Someone else had to put it there. Good. Who and why? The killer to frame me. That would have been the only other person who had access to Haru's phone before the police arrived. Police wouldn't have planted the phone in my apartment. Hey! Yes, now you got the hey right. Now we're getting somewhere. Now you're thinking with portals. Wait, what? Maybe not portals. Anyways. If you found the phone, the killer wanted to make sure that you wouldn't know what it was for. Why did that fail? Well, you found it. It was Haru's phone because you turned it on. That was clearly not within the killer's plan. So he's saying the killer didn't know about. The killer might have taken out the battery, but he didn't know that I could power. So it's not Yaiko, because Yaiko would know that. He knows about some technology, but not all. He knew enough to take out the battery, but not enough for the latest features. Ah, good going. You might actually solve this for real. See, you already know one thing about the killer that the police don't. Hooray! Let's throw a party. Ah, suck it up, kid. There's another weird thing about Haru's case that you need to remember. Happen to know what it is? He was killed in an alleyway in District 6, not in the forest. Good, good, and? This place with too many potential witnesses around. Even though the forest has police on patrol, it's not like they can secure a large portion of it, much less the entire forest. Probably knows the forest like the back of his hand. He could have easily snuck around them. Sad truth, but good. Although it would have been risky to take a screaming victim to an area swarmed with personnel. Would the forest have been swarmed with personnel 2 days ago? There was that bus accident, wasn't it? That day was also the day of Shoji. Oh, yeah, alright. Right on Subway tracks. Then I can't imagine that the group, of course, would be anything more than a skeleton crew. Well, technically, those would have been two entirely different divisions. One's with violent crimes, the other's probably with civil affairs or something. Usually, yes, but it might have been reported as a murder. Yaiko was arrested and interrogated for it. Did you see how easily he walked out of it? Must have been a witness interrogation, not as a suspect. Well, it's either that or his parents were influenced enough to... Okay, we're getting off topic here. Let's just settle it like this. It's likely that it was handled by Violent Crimes Division because it involved the death of another Academy student in the wake of multiple student disappearances. Furthermore, there were 3 witnesses at the scene. You, Yaiko, and Rui. And all of you are also Academy students. Happy? Ah, when I think of that, you just did. So what does that matter? The force is still a fairly viable option. At the very least, it would be away from the overly inquisitive citizens. Wait, is... No. Why is Haru still murdered in District 6? Guess it meant that the killer wasn't entirely in charge of his circumstances. Things didn't happen according to his plan. So the question we must ask is this. Why and how was Haru murdered? I can't answer all that. You're killing me over here, kid. Fine, rephrase it. Remember how every victim previously logged for curfew before they disappeared? Yeah. Haru didn't. He was away from school even before the curfew tolled. See something weird? As the obvious breaking pattern? Holy smokes, kid. The pattern is odd. Why would the killer kidnap students after curfew? Let's say I'm your everyday Joe. Well, your everyday psychopathic Joe. I need to kill a couple people here and there. For reasons unknown, it has to be a bunch of kids at this super uptight private school. When would I choose to strike? After curfew? Tell me why that would be an obvious disadvantage. Ignore the obvious security problems. It would. Ooh. Ah, this is a good one. Oh, what do... Oh. Limit this... I mean, it would limit, but his suspect pool is the school. Oh, this is... Ooh, this is a tough one. Ooh. But, I mean, yeah, the campus would be... I mean, the campus probably has lights, right? But why would you worry about delaying sleeping patterns? But then again, it is a private school. Because it's gotta have lights, and the hallways would have lights. You wanna care? Ah! Screw it. Yeah, but it... Maybe but why would he care? Like, his... Like, that's... If he's targeting the school, then it doesn't matter that... Ah, screw it. Take it. Like a teacher. Like Mr. Ryota. The suspects would be limited to students or maintenance staff, just like the janitor or security team. Good, hardly ideal circumstances for a killer. Why not, if that's what he's targeting? It's pretty safe to presume that he wouldn't act after curfew unless he absolutely needed to. Which means that Haru Banya missing curfew was his own choice, because if the killer kidnapped him before curfew, why didn't he do so to the other students? Unless the son was an exception. Hey, everything can be the exception. You'll never get working theory that way. Now, let's think about this. Haru skips curfew while the killer is confined. Night falls, unlike the other victims, Haru's out of school, but still ends up being killed. Part thought he would be safer if he wasn't confined to curfew. Oh no, you don't think that. I think he went to look for the killer. There's no proof of that. I wouldn't say that. It's easy enough to stay safe in public. 24-hour fast food restaurants with CCTV cameras, public hospitals, and even the police department for crying out loud. The killer might know the school's security system at the back of his hand, but he can't control all of Samu. Haru didn't seem like the stupid type. Just so. Coincidence? Probably not. Good boy. But if that's the case, why wouldn't he tell anyone about his suspicions? You tell me. Because he didn't have any. He was just gonna tail the first guy who left the school. And on that note, why didn't he notify the police if he was gonna take such a risky action? Why wouldn't he notify the police? Why wouldn't he, indeed? This is what you want me to feel. Correction, this is what I want you... This is what you want you to feel. Because I have to understand what Haru was thinking. You only don't understand Haru because you're distancing yourself too much. It's time to get real, kid. Check that phone of yours. Check my phone? Ooh, still in the subway. What I've been thinking. I peer around the abandoned platform. Nothing but soft flickering dim lights. Why does it make sense? This isn't exactly a major station. God, damn, that's annoying. Just get to it. I'm sure you're probably to lure me someplace or another, or some teacher to warn me of my absence. Even a friend who's wondering where I've been. It's probably been... Oh... Commotion. I tend to shut it out when I'm overwhelmed, distance myself from reality, Mr. Ryota would call it. Show trauma, learn behavior, coping mechanism. Dude, just answer the damn! That is getting annoying! Answer the damn phone! Just a strange... God damn, just answer the damn phone! It's annoying! Got my headphones on, this is bang, bang, bang! Now I'm dead. Yeah, alright, well, I guess I eventually noticed. I humor myself and scroll through the notifications daily. Mundane life I expect. Stop buzzing! I'm sorry to disturb your 1,000-year slumber, but have you seen your destined princess? No! 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 Third saw his disappearance. 3 times a disappearance from school. A mysterious vanishing after a locked curfew. No one can find them. No one can contact them. Phones are tracked and found in garbage disposal. CCTV footage turns up corrupted or deleted or looped. Then the bodies are found, peeled, sliced, ripped apart, the mutilated remains of what was once a human being. What if one of those bodies, one of those victims, someone who gave terrible, rending screams that only went unheard, was Ruri? No! No, 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 no. Waking up in a cold, dark, greeted by a pale, croaking voice saying nothing but the sheen of a blade in the moonlight, something that saws through flesh. I force a shaky breath into my lungs as my chest constricts, the will pulses. Ruri is the next victim. The afternoon disappearance. Another break in the pattern. One more shaky breath. My vision spins. Ruri's with the killer. Someone whose mask is perfect, who disappears without a trace, who eludes the police without a fat effort, like everything is just a game. Someone who isn't caught by an army of highly trained officers of law enforcement. Someone whom I could never dream of catching. Rui's going to die and there's nothing I can do about it. Yes, there is! Just a 7-year-old kid hanging in the subway like a homeless beggar, a refugee from police custody. Rui smiled, her teasing, her nagging gone just like that. Another figure who entered my life only to leave me, finally ripped away before her time. Another person who deserved to live so much longer. Pull yourself together. What the? Walking around doesn't help anyone. If you want to be useful, then be useful. Lizzie. Figures I'd see you. You'd like to challenge me. Guess this time wouldn't be any different. So, things are hopeless? What amazing advice do you have for me? Comes almost mockingly. A crushing weight has filled the space that was once an empty shock. I have nothing left but sarcasm and cynicism. Response was... Whoa, what the? There's still a key that you have to remember about Haru's case. A key? Recall it. How do you stumble on the killer in the first place? Haru sent me a location ping. It's only after the sentence spills out with too much ease that I realize it's bleh. Haru sent me a location ping? Irregularity. Nah, I got it. It took me like 5 tries. We're not even close. Not only that, but there was barely any time between the location ping and his death. Somehow, in his last moments just before he died, he decided to send a location ping to me? Or like my brain for an answer. Would Haru really do that? Would he really put the fate of his own life on me? Scanning through the flow charts of known ways people's socials in my head, but it turns up blank. My brain is freezing. I can't see beyond the mental image of stumbling on Rui's body, cold and bloody, mouth open and last remnants of a scream. No, Haru. Location ping. Why would he send it? Why would? Blood, terror, crushing force of water. No, stop. Must think. I force all the habits from excessive therapy sessions into practice. Deep breaths, tall spine, tense muscles, and relax slowly from top to bottom. Her life is at stake. Rudy could die any minute. Maybe she already has. Maybe she's cramped up in whatever sick place a psycho has, waiting and dreading the moment when nothing will be on her mind but excruciating pain. Damn it! Mr. Yoda bleeds into Elizabeth, flickers for a moment, then bleeds into Misaki. Yama? I can't do this anymore. Miki, please, just leave me alone. I know this is hard, but right now, you're the one who has the best chance of finding the killer. Because of this damn phone. You know what? Fine. Can handle this on my own. I'll give it to the police. Won't they just arrest you? Yeah, but they'll find out that I'm not the killer. But they have to trust your word that someone else put that phone in your apartment, rather than you just taking it from Haru himself. It'll take days, maybe weeks to clear the situation, even if you are eventually found innocent. By that time, Ruri will be dead. Miki, please help me. Ruri, don't you love Ruri? She needs us. In that case, do you remember whether someone sent you an out-of-place location ping? I received and sent too many damn location pings to keep track of. Maybe you can narrow it down. Or maybe you can start using your head, dummy. For Haru Bunya, was there anyone else who accidentally sent you a location ping? Actually, now that she mentions it, I remember something. From Miki? Did we arrange something? I don't recall any recent conversations with her. Yeah, it was you, actually. You sent me a location ping by accident. You mistapped because my name is right under... Wait, mistapped because my name and his name are right next to each other. Yahiko Akari? When I think about it, everything fits too well. Yahiko Akari, he started the Happy Club and is connected with 3 recent deaths, Akane, Shoji, and Haru. Before that, he also knew Midori and Toma. And he would know a lot about the Academy's secret security and technology. Maybe more than an average faculty member, being the son of higher-ups at that stupid company name. And I've seen how in the blink of an eye he can shift from joy to depression, almost as if he has perfect control over how he wants his emotions to be seen. And he knows me, knows the code of my apartment, knows my schedule, knows my actions and my reactions. And he was there. At the murder of Haru, Yahiko Akari was there. He had coincidentally run into me, seemed flabbergasted that I was there, so kindly offered to cover for me. Yahiko Akari, my former roommate, my friend. Well, isn't that just so damn typical? Serial killer can't just be some random chump off the street, no. Has to be someone close to me. But as my fury intensifies, as black anger, nausea, everything solidifies, the blood in my body, Misaki's image fizzles into Masato. What kind of friend are you, man? You know it ain't Yahiko. You've known him for 2 damn years. Spit bitterly. Yeah, give me some proof. I'd love to believe it. For starters, you got no proof that some big shot organization just hacked out your lock. Might be tough to break for one person, but ain't even a sneeze for a team of pros. So saying that the serial killer could actually be an organization and they decided to frame me when I caught one of their members killing Haru in District 6? Well, yeah, something like that. That's something that doesn't make sense. If the killer, organization, whatever, weren't close to me, it's weird that... Well, no, they were sticking it there because... Oh... No, they started talking to the school before you... Screw it, I'm still on. Why would they just kill me? Witness to the crime scene out by myself in District 6? They wanted to frame you, man. Framing someone who's alive does a whole lot more than framing someone who's dead. Especially if he can't really defend himself. Well, that's the thing. How could they know that I couldn't defend myself? Did you tell Miss... Oh god, did I tell Mr. Ryota my key code? Because he would know, because he'd have access to all that. The only people who could possibly know about my life are the ones who are close to me. Really close. Rui Misaki for sure, and maybe you and Yahiko. Maybe this means that the killer could only be one of those 4 people. It can't be Rui, it can't be Misaki, and, well, I'm pretty sure it can't be you either. But you don't think that way for Yahiko? You want me to list the evidence alphabetically or chronologically? I still can't believe it, but Yahiko actually fits. Let me ask you one more thing, man. Do you really think Yahiko's the serial killer? I just told you that. Do you really believe... Like y'all believe the sun will rise every morning and I'll badger you into track every day that Yahiko's the man? No. I don't. I honestly don't. Everything goes against him, but for some reason, I just can't imagine that Yahiko would be the serial killer. When is that shallow-minded? Isn't that foolish? Couldn't my reluctance lead to Rui's death? Right? Then. Masato's image fizzled Akira, who jazzed an energetic finger in my direction. Righto, cheerio, time to think this from another angle. We got ourselves some tricks up our metaphysical sleeves, Sarge, so don't give up yet. Yeah, no offense, but you're not exactly the person I want for logical thinking. Well, you don't want logical thinking, you want illogical thinking. You need to figure this out in another perspective. Oh, but what you need and what you want are 2 completely different things, like dying versus not dying. Well, what do you suggest? Well, you have a suspect now, right? Don't flip the turtles out before you've proved whether he's guilty or innocent. That's like counting your chickens before the avian flu strikes and wipes them all off the face of the planet. So, if I prove Yaiko's innocence? Easier said than done. Much easier said than done. I wouldn't say that, Sarge. You got some things still in that brain of yours, such as... Curious sounding more than Misaki. Don't you remember how the killer forgot about the phone's wall? Yeah, because Yaiko would know that. Duh, he's the one who said it. If he were the killer, do you really think he would have forgotten something so simple? That's, well, right, but by itself it's pretty weak. Saki feels all alone as it takes center stage. And think, what does Haru's mishap really imply? Remember, in his panic last moment, he was attempting to send a location ping to Yahiko, but his finger slipped on you instead. He was calling out to Yahiko for help. Why didn't I see that before? Haru was trying to send a location ping to Yahiko to... get help! Haru wanted to let Yahiko know that he was in danger. If Yahiko saw that he was in desperate sick, well, I think that even Yahiko would know that something was wrong. Correct. Also, Haru must have eventually been able to get a signal through. Because he showed up, even if it was after me. Not only that, but he had already called the police. Because we hear sirens in the background. Which means that your entire business of suspecting Yahiko is now null and void. Well, it can't be Rui. Don't let it be Rui. Don't let her die. A little part of me relaxes before I realize that this doesn't actually solve anything. Rui's gone and I'm nowhere closer to discovering the killer than I was before I started thinking. Rui is still in danger. I'm still a runaway convict. A serial killer is still running amok, having his little grim parties. Is there nothing I can do? Nothing? Wait one moment. Think. Why did Haru not notify the police before he began talking to the killer? Tailing the killer away. Like me, he is a capable individual. We don't miss such things. Why indeed. But why not Haru have requested backup, or at least given an anonymous tip? No. He obviously had access to his phone. If the killer's a police officer. Ooh, the police. Ooh. The killer's a police officer. He wanted. Ooh, no. Ooh. It's not because he lost access. He obviously had his phone. He would have been able to send out that that tag thing. Ah. Or maybe he couldn't in time, like the killer saw him, so he couldn't call. Yeah, I'll go with that. Maybe he thought that if he spoke with the police, the killer would somehow learn about it and start playing safe. That's a different assumption. Also, the killer would somehow learn about any of the information. You bitch. Knows that police are corrupt. If that's the case, then it would make sense why Haru wouldn't contact them. Simply put, he didn't trust them. Didn't trust them? Why, a personal traumatic encounter, previous difficulties in dealing with law enforcement, or could it be something else? Could it be that Haru saw something in the police, something that he could never forget? No more than I do. What is his opinion on the matter? He was my errand boy. You claim to be good at reading people. Are you saying that you misread the suspect? I am not wrong. I agree that, yeah, oh, you dick. Was that a student was the first one to think of camping outside the school and talking to the serial killer? Was that the investigation force didn't even go through the school, scouring the area for any evidence on the killer? Was no CCTV ever turned up with any results? Because the police are behind it. Someone is. Watching us dance. Police was just there laughing, watching us run in fear as they pretend that they're trying to protect us, and that would mean Haru died for nothing. Yahiko called for nothing. And now Rui will disappear. We'll be shredded to pieces. We'll be left to rot for nothing. And there's nothing, not one damn thing that I can do. Catch the killer, find the evidence, package him up, and ship him to the police department. He'll just walk free because it was all part of the plan. Or worse yet, they won't even catch him. They'll have him surrounded, and he'll miraculously break free, and they'll give chase like a bunch of fools. And Rui will die for nothing. Rui, with her fiery passion and her love and her endless enthusiasm for her dear ones, will pass to the fate of nihilism, where there is no intrinsic value, no purpose, no beneficial weight to her sacrifice for me. She'll be remembered maybe by a memorial for victims who were the targets of the horrifying serial killer who will maybe one day be brought to justice. Until someone else is framed. That would be her only identity, a murder victim, a girl who had her whole life ahead of her, one more poor soul in the annals of injustice. No one would know her smile, or her little quips, or the way she bit her lip when she was nervous about something. No, the name Rui Higata would only bring nods of pity, and despondent sighs as if she's really lucky, fuel for a movement for treatment of mental illness, weapon control, or some other political objective. And then as the days pass on, as time becomes months and years and decades, she'll be forgotten forever. Drowned out in the names of other victims who will be remembered with nothing but nods of pity and despondent sighs. Nothing but non-existence. Heidi suddenly appears and stares at me with such intensity that I swear she's almost real. Do not lose focus. Her image blurs at the edges, running out, hair turning orange and... Gosh, you're a wreck. What happened? From my mouth. Feeble, unintelligible noise bleeds out. You try to do much, Yama. That's the problem. You want to do everything, but everything becomes so overwhelming that you just end up doing nothing. Sounds like my ADD. You can only do what you can. The rest is out of your hands. You can only do what I can. Yeah, and right now all you can do is figure out who the killer is. You're for that much, right? So you're stuck because you think the killer has to be you, me, Yahiko, or Misato, right? Except didn't everyone say that your passcode was stupid? My nose comes out very small. I quash the temptation to reach out, touch her jacket, hair, anything, because right now she's not real. Right now she might even be. Are you paying attention? No. Wow, I think I finally know what it's like to be one of your teachers. I cough out a cross between a chuckle and a snort. It's so close to reality, but it's not. Then, oh, all-knowing teacher, what do you have to say? Well, your passcode is loaded so stupid that anyone who saw it just once could get in. But that's not the problem. Your problem is that the killer knows about my lapse. No, wait. Something strikingly familiar about what she said. Didn't she just mention this before? Did she say something like this before? There's something vitally important about that statement. Your passcode is literally so stupid that anyone who saw it just once could get in. What's that so much? Ooh, just once. Did Mr. Ryota ever visit us? Because they've only had to see it once. Shiguri see it? Ooh, who saw it once? It is Mr. Ryota! Jiro Ryota. A man who helped me move into my apartment, who commented on how stupid the code was, certainly would have remembered it. A man who knew all the victims because they each were fighting psychological problems and he was a school counselor. A man who would know the security of the school inside and out, yet would not be up to date with the latest features of smartphones like a wall charger. A man who was strong enough to inflict the same wounds as serial killers, smart enough to outmaneuver the police, controlled enough to fake sanity in the day. A man who, after curfew, is free from his duties. God fucking damn it. A man who would approach me after seeing me at Howder's murder site, surprised that I didn't seem to remember what happened. A man who would certainly be curious at my unusual reaction. A man who could access the confidential school records and learn about my lapses from there. A man who I trusted. Trusted too much. Holy fuckballs, you dickhole. Why? It's not you. There's something that I must have missed. A proof, a theory, anything. Why? Why did it have to be you? You damn old geezer, why would you even? Why? Nothing but silence. Signs of finality, of a door that's been open and can never be closed. All tension leaves my body, I can vaguely feel myself slumping on the subway bench, neck uncomfortably stretched to accommodate the weight of my head. Sorry. Mr. Yoda, my mentor, my friend, and the serial killer. You're really different today, Yama. What's bothering you? Back then, I should have seen it, because why hadn't anyone else noticed? Or is Mr. Ryota the only one who thought that something had happened that night? Who, me? Nah, I'm pretty much free bird after I verified curfew. I'd had my suspicions. I know that there was something odd about him, but I didn't want there to be. I wanted to wave it away. I wanted to trust Mr. Ryota. I wanted just one person who would understand everything and stay on my side. Well, there's no explicit rule saying I can't use the confidential databases. Pretty sure that there is. Nope, I may be faculty, but I'm not a teacher. It's only stated that teachers have to request special permission. I checked the loopholes. Right, you know how the entry student applications to the academy requires a psychological analysis by a qualified physician, yes? Yeah, not a security measure, isn't it? Let me read this and see what you think. He knew about my lapses not because I told him, but because he had access to psychological overviews of each student. He would have known each of the victims. Maybe they were assigned to his counseling care just like I was. God, I hate computers, but we'd all be dead without them. You know what was great? My desktop iPair, man, that was great. Stable, and a killer wheel fan. It's kind of weird, no casual user has desktops anymore. An icon, man, that was... Sheesh. So he was a troglodyte. And he knew about the computers, but not an avid follower of electronics. Permanent solution. Like that? I can help you with that. So, how's the apartment? Still one piece, mostly. Good to hear. And Phil? Phil? The little houseplant, the one I placed on your shelf. Your memory sucks more than mine, kid. Wow, how do you have this much free time? Life as a door manager is just full, isn't it? Like die-cut pieces of a complex puzzle, the facts and memories line up in perfect succession. Killer's Mr. Ryota. Now I know it with certainty, intrinsically, just like I know I can sit on a chair and it'll support my weight, or I can walk under a bridge and it won't fall on top of me. Just to know what I can do next. Fine, Mr. Ryota! Set him on fire. Shouldn't there be a sense of triumph, a miniature party in the back of my head, giving me a cookie for successfully finding out the killer? Something keep me going, something propelling me to the next step? I know the identity of the killer. Shouldn't I report this? But to whom? I'm on the run from the police, who may or may not be corrupt. I can hardly show my face at school, and if I called Mr. Ryota, well, that simply wouldn't do anything. For the most part, it feels like I should just give up. There's nothing farther to head to. Wait, he doesn't know that you know? Call him and be like, oh, I need a session. I need to talk to you really quickly. I'm freaking out, or something. No way out of this conundrum I've worked myself into. Situation requires me to be clever, more clever than I can be. I want to think myself out, find some magical solution, but sometimes it's just not there. Reaching into an empty bag and expecting handfuls of gold. Then, is this it? No. Maybe I'll pick it up on the other end. I have the cold, dead voice of Rui's parents saying quietly that Rui's been found. It has a bleeding, mutilated lump of flesh and bone. Maybe I'll drop my phone, and this time it'll shatter completely, crushed to pieces. Or maybe it's a tracking call, a bid from the police that'll be stupid enough to pick up. Unknown, the risk high. If I answer it, and it's from the police, I'll be calling a blink of an eye. Rui will die, Ryota will be free. If I don't, what then? I'll be left to alone defend for myself somehow. Somehow. As I extract Rui safely and catch Ryota. Somehow stay alive. Oh. One second. Let me save. Oh, is it even possible, or do I need help, no matter how much I despise it? It could be him. I have to pick this up. Facing Ryota by myself will only result in getting both Rui and me killed. With shaking fingers, I answer the call. Hello? Yama Ishimoto, I need you to listen carefully. This is my personal phone. It cannot be tracked. The number you have been contacting until now has been my work phone. I need to hang up now. Surely they're tracking my number, narrowing down the district and blocking even the last millimeter. I only clutch the phone tighter. The walls that I've built up, struggling to keep a foothold, all my emotions are starting to crumble. Police are in the midst of a manhunt for your person. They sincerely believe that you are the killer. Oh. Oh, man, this is gonna suck. I need to stay out of sight and give me time. What? Is this some kind of next level bait? I don't understand. Don't get caught, Ishimoto. Any time you might give me is time we made it dedicate to catching the true killer. But you said you were the only suspect I could trust to avoid the police for the necessary amount of time. So she set me up. What? You saw me at the apartments and were warning me? You were hardly inconspicuous. So if you happen to possess any previous unknown information regarding the identity of the killer, now would be a wonderful time to state as such. Big trap. It could still be a trap. Oh. I don't think it is. Killer Jiro Ryota, the door manager and counselor of the academy. Silence falls momentarily on the other end of the phone. I can practically see Shigiri's grip tighten. What? How did you come to know this? Shigiri, did you get any recent disappearance reports? 3, actually. I need help, Shigiri. Help. My voice cracks and I hate it. I hate feeling vulnerable. I hate feeling open, but I don't have a choice. Shigiri falls silent for a long, long moment. Don't! No! A moment is a minute and a half. Do not say long moment. And just when I'm beginning to think that she's hungry, she speaks. Will you live within the next 5 minutes? Her voice is slow and steady, soothing my frazzled nerves. Yeah, I'm fine. I'm not injured. Then, the urgency? Rui's disappeared. I were to speak, but my throat's dried. After a moment of silence, Shigiri continues. You presume she is with the killer. He must have taken her. I have no time to question you, Ishimoto, so I'll just ask you this, and only this, and this only. Are you completely, absolutely certain that the culprit is Jiro Ryota? Yes. I said without hesitation. It appears to catch her off guard. Very well, I shall send forces to the academy under the reasoning that you may be hiding there. You may be able to find where he's holding Rui. That's it? She just takes my word as law? Thanks. In the meantime, stay out of sight and out of mind. Do you understand? Or Ryota would see the police coming. He wouldn't stand still. He would escape immediately after killing Rui. Actually, I'm planning on contacting him. For what purpose? I need to meet with him to buy some time. Otherwise, Shigiri violently explodes into strident screams that I never heard from her before. You gullible imbecile! You run an excuse for... What are you even thinking? I'm taken aback by her sudden flare of passion, but my surprise is quickly replaced by indignance. At least I'm telling you now, aren't I? Oh yes, when it was nearly too late and I would have called a corpse. Simply put, Ishimoto, you haven't told me anything. Why would you not speak to me if you knew the identity of the killer? A very real bolt of anger lances through me. Why? Because I just figured it out. Because somehow, barely at the end of my rope, I found something to cling on to, but I can't tell her that. If I say that I just figured it out, she might change her mind. She might need the reasoning. Who would trust a teenager who just figured out the supposed identity of a serial killer? I had a good reason for doing so. Oh, good. Do enlighten me. What, you can't just believe me? Need to throw some more tests? Another little riddle run in District 6? Oh, was that investigation in the school just another goose chase? Funny little game to see how the kids at the academy dance? What are you saying, Ishimoto? You're right, I guess. Even while I was figuring out who the killer was, I didn't call you. I didn't ask you for help. Because I knew what you would say. Poke holes at me. You'd say that my reason didn't make any sense. You'd need empirical evidence. I knew that you wouldn't have believed me. You never even needed me as your assistant in the first place. Cold silence descends. I wouldn't have believed you? And then something happens, something that I never thought would be impossible. Shigeru's voice cracks. But you didn't even try. I would have believed you, I would. If you just trusted me, if you just... She falters for a moment, then seems to recover, her voice strengthening. Ishimoto, regardless of my previous insinuations, I need to know something. I do not tolerate the idiocy of average ingenious Denzians, much less let them become my personal assistant. You've repeatedly proven yourself through your rational deductions, your level-headed procedures, and your propensity to attack problems from unusual angles. Your input is invaluable. Despite our clear disparity in experience, you have taught me several valuable lessons. Do you wish to know why I pulled your accomplice into this investigation rather than opting for a police unit? Simply put, my permissions in the case were barred from the academy. All information I was given was secondhand and less easily corruptible. However, I was impressed by how you and your accomplices worked wholeheartedly. Yami Ishimoto, I have faith in you. Oh, that's great and all, but... Her words pierced through me. I froze on the ground in shock, wordlessly opening and closing my mouth. Shiguri believes in me. I don't even know how to react. But after that meeting with Natsuki, you... I heard you? That was for your own benefit, you imbecile. Or are your eyes too... Oh, never mind. This familiar type of response rings a chuckle out of me, but my mind is still racing. I have faith in you. Those simple little words. Words that tell me I can do something. That acknowledge my efforts. That tell me it's okay, you'll do the right thing. In the distance, I catch a flint glimmer of the approaching subway, hailed by a distant echo of the announcer's voice. Sudden clarity breaks into my mind as if every disjointed piece is fell into place. I know what to do. Thanks, Shiguri. I get to my feet as the subway grinds to a halt before me, but Shiguri's voice comes harshly in my earpiece. Yama, listen carefully. We are en route, but there are powerful forces behind this case that remain very hostile. It will take time to arrive, you understand this. I do. I'll get you time. I'm extremely uneasy at the thought of you knowingly sending a civilian into the presence of a known serial killer. But if you honestly believe that you can prevent a death tonight, I shall not stop you. Hey, stop doing that. Think I can. Oh, well, that sounds convincing. I probably can. Suppose that is the best I can ask for. I would wish that you might wait until I could convey a firearm to you, but not possible with the current time frame. I have to go now. And the rest mentioned that it would also be extremely illegal. Understood. Best of luck, Ishimoto. 1 sec, stay on call. Punch Ryota's contact and set the phone on speaker, waiting patiently. Shiguri apparently understands, not a word crosses her lips. Finally, a neutral tone indicates that Ryota's picked up. Hello? Hearing his voice makes me freeze. This voice that comforted me, guided me, made me laugh. In the end, it left me just like everything else. Really shake off, trying to mess my words. He's an enemy now, a stranger, feign ignorance. Maybe I can still grab an advantage. Hey, Mr. Ryota? Hey, kid. That's when I realized that something is terribly wrong. Someone got Leon in the morning, and yet he picked up immediately, and he sounds wide awake. Almost. Almost he's been preparing for this moment. Mr. Ryota? Say, you have a great timing. I was wondering if we could meet up. I know that it's like some crazy hour or another, but I have something pretty important to tell you. It has to do with your lapses. Is that really it? Is that why he's up? I can't bring myself to believe that. Mr. Ryota, I was just... Before I can add anything more, Ryota's phone buzzes angrily in the background. He pauses for a moment. Sorry, kid, just... Let me take this call really quick. And he suddenly mutes. Fingers shaking, I also mute my end, switching to Shiguri's call. Did you hear all that? Quite clearly. Ishimoto, about the call Ryota just received. I am uneasy that it may perhaps be the police warning him. So I hear Ryota's voice, and I quickly switch back to his call and a mute. Thankfully, Shiguri immediately falls silent. Mr. Ryota? Mr. Ryota, did you find anything out about... Nice try, you almost had me. Hang up that call with the police first, then we'll talk. I almost dropped the phone, a bolt of panic lancing straight into my chest. He knows? How does he? How could he? Because it's the police warning him. Yeah, boy, I don't have all day. I shakily mute and switch to call. I expect Shiguri to burst in anger, but she only seems resigned. It is as I surmised. A mole? That, or she trails off as if the thought is too terrible to comprehend. Ishimoto. Knowing this new risk, are you still determined to enter the school? I have to. I can't let Rui go without a fight. I shall bring a unit. Give us as much time as you possibly can. I will. Nishimoto, given the choice between a stupid option and a stupider option, which would you pick? The less stupid one. Wrong. You must pick neither and wait. Please, Nishimoto. You wouldn't enter the lottery nor borrow from a loan shark in order to buy a house, no? It is best to wait and save. Do you understand? What? Just remember this. As she hangs up, leaving me alone in the subway. Mr. Ryota's calling on mute. He chuckles lightly. You just ask the police for help, I wouldn't count on it. You don't know a thing, do you? I know you're the murderer, that's a pretty good start. Hey, murderer is such a harsh term. I like to call myself an artiste with an E. He chuckles again. This time it comes with a pinch, a shrillness that wasn't there before. My foreboding only skyrockets. Just what kind of insanity has he been hiding? So, hang up the call, now what? Quite simply, the fun begins. Come to my play, boy. I've been setting the stage. This confirms my fears. For some reason, Ryota's been preparing to kill me. Maybe on the next one on his list. No, I can't let this shake me. I have to stay strong. Talk normally. You've done it before. Oh, the false bravado of a man in love. I know it well. Did I really sound like that? I wonder. It's really so terribly stupid. Are you going to answer my question, or are you just going to wax more poetry? Poetry is by far the more interesting option, don't you think? Only for people with too much time on their hands. And that's the eternal problem, boy, for the both of us. We each have too much time on our hands. Far too much time. Does life just get so dull? Every hour. Passing drearily, like a never-ending group project where all you want to do is murder your classmates. That's what life is. How do you use your boredom, I wonder? Television? Social media? No, you do neither. Sleep? Thanks, Shakespeare, but I think my life is my own business. I look forward to stripping that sense of righteous anger within you and replacing it with terror. I look forward to you trying. Ah, I love the ones that fight back. It just makes their dissent all the more satisfying. Trying to respond, he plows on, his voice gradually raising in pitch. Now let's set the stage, shall we? I thought we were taking care of that. Oh, don't worry, I'll be taking care of all the props. Do you hear me, boy? Don't bring any extra props. I'll never cross my mind. Leave your phone and any police toys at the entrance. I'll see if you try to smuggle something into the theater, understand? Is that it? Not quite. Why are you so hasty in the call? Am I boring you? Sure, let's go with that. Then I'll get straight to the point. There's a brief moment of silence, punctuated only by the faint tones of Ryota punching numbers in his phone. I hear her voice. Yama, don't you dare do anything stupid. Nothing hits me. It's like all the breath has been sucked out of my lungs. Rui? Stay there, don't come. I wish I open my mouth and close my mouth, desperately searching for the words. My mind only runs blank. I'm sure you're already aware of this, but right now, I am the master of Rui's fates, so you might want to stay on my good side. This is how it's going to happen. You come to the back of the school, you know, the garbage truck route. You're going to dump all your toys, then I'll let you in. How? There's no entrance. What's that? How they say the same thing? Boring. There's a will, there's a way, boy. So that's it then? Well, actually, I should tell you this, just out of the kindness of my heart. Rui won't be there for insurance purposes, I'm sure you can understand that. Fingers clamping a death grip on my phone. What do you mean, Rui won't be there? Hush, child, why are you so impatient? Right now, Rui is in safe hands of a third party, so long as you listen to my words. So we meet up, have a little chat, and I let Rui go. Everyone gets their happy endings, except for the police who, well, you know, they don't do anything anyway. Beautiful arrangement. No, speak now or forever hold your peace. I grind my teeth and force a long, slow breath. If I go, I won't be able to see Rui with my own eyes. She could be anywhere. Yet when Shiguri comes, we won't be able to find her. But I'm really in a position to be making demands? Oh, I don't know. Oh. No, because we gotta see Rui. If I can't see Rui, then this entire deal is pointless. I have to take the risk. You know me better than that, Ryota. I had to see Rui with my own two eyes. Who knows, you could be lying. You could kill her before I show up. I'm wounded. Do you really think I would do something so cliché? Well, I didn't think you'd be a serial killer, but here we are. Forgive me for not taking chances. Fair enough, boy. I'll play along. She'll be here by the time you arrive. I'll even let you see her before you enter the school. That was oddly, very oddly, agreeable of him. Enough to make me feel as though I've walked straight into a setup. Then boy, is that all? Time passes ever on. Can I get anything more from him? Right now the situation still seems grim. Ooh. Ah. How's life for Rue to be untied? So she can run away? As if you wouldn't be able to chase her down. Playing hard to get, aren't we? Fine, because I'm so very magnanimous, I accept. Would your highness also like a pony? Any new turns stack the odds more in my favor, but I'm not currently in a position of power. Push too hard, everything could go south. Now, if I'm honest, there's not a whole lot more I can ask without making the request saying downright ridiculous to Ryota. Rui's going to be there. I'm going to see her. The police will know where I am. Most I can ask for. Back at school then? I'll give you 15 minutes. I'm coming from the subway station. Then you better run. Ta-ta. Dick. That's the last thing he says before he hangs up. Ah, I can't believe you, Ryota. Almost blankly, I stand in the middle of the subway platform, foam swinging loosely from the edge of my fingers. Then all my muscles burst into action and I shoot out of the subway, legs pounding the pavement as fast as I can make them. My lungs start to burn as the cold night air cuts into my throat like knives, but I'm forced to ignore it. Stoplights and cross sections warn me to stop, but when I see a gap between the oncoming cars, I bolt across for my life. Engines roar by and horns belting full volume. I'm certain that cars roll down the windows to call me crazy, scream that I'm an idiot, swear to call the police on me, but I don't care. They're coming back from a long work day, or from grabbing fast food around the corner, or picking up their kid from martial arts or cram school. Meanwhile, there's a girl hedged in a dark room, alone, her only company a crazed murderer who takes pleasure in the infliction of long, extended agony. And yet, on they go, with fast food and martial arts and cram school. I don't know what cram school is, weird. The world blurs by in a haze, bright fluorescent color, until I finally grant to at the entrance of the school. My heart feels as though it's slimming to my rims. Bruised. Bruising itself until it bleeds. I'm forced to stop and lean against the gate, gulping desperately for air. 13 minutes only. I only have 2 left. Press my sleeve against the sweat, coating my brow. Allowing myself time for one more deep breath, then I sprint around the perimeter of the school, stopping by the shady back area where all the good kids stay clear of. Burn up cigarette butts, lie scattered on the floor, and if I squint, I can catch the late gleam of empty needles in the grass. Well, maybe the school's a little less tidy than I first thought. So near the trash bin, I notice a long, distinctly human-shaped figure leaning against the solid wall. Fine weather we're having. Expected a voice, but I don't expect the instinctive reaction that comes with it. My breath catches my eyes, and my throat clogs, sending tears straight to my eyes, no matter how hard I try to keep them down. And Ryota steps into the moonlight, lips twisted in a lopsided grin. Out for a little night exercise? Try to speak, but no sound presses my lips. I know his zone, I know what this is. Power play. I'm sweaty, tired, disheveled, and likely very sleep deprived. Forcing me to run here will only give him more of an advantage, and there's nothing I can do about it. Now remove all gadgets, if you may. Where to say reach in my pocket until I remember. You said you showed me Rui first. He only chuckles at this, not even a chuckle of amusement. It almost sounds giddy. Good, good. You're already learning how to play the game. He turns and points silently at the second floor of the classroom building. Most of it is shrouded in darkness, but just by the window I catch a glimpse of. You saw it, didn't you? So phone. All I saw was orange hair. Could be a dupe. Sighing heavily, Ryota reached for his phone and taps the screen a few times. Let's wait a few seconds. Hey, Rui, your boyfriend is having some trust issues. You dare look out the window? Stare at the building, force myself not to blink, half convinced that if I look away for a second, I'll miss everything. The head of orange hair by the window slowly revealing a distant pale face muddled slightly by the distortion of the window, but without a doubt it's Rui. Fuck. Oh? Silently handed my phone. Turn out your pockets, pants and jacket. I do so. You're walking evenly, so I doubt you're carrying anything in your shoes or your underwear. Come in. We've wasted enough time. Power at the back of the... Then he touches the wall, and a part of it slides away and suddenly there's a keypad. He jazzes the sequence of succession of the keypad, waits, and the wall slides open. It's nothing like one of those mysterious puzzles of ancient architecture in video games where the whole wall rumbles apart while the ground shakes and dust falls from the ceiling. Magical passage is revealed. It's simply put, a door-shaped part of the wall swings open, as if it was just a door painted to look like a wall. Except somehow the texture is exactly the same. It's quiet. It's understated. Never guessed in a million years that it was there. Ryota clocks my shock and only grins in response. Let me tell you something, kid. The janitor has to get in and out somehow to dump by his trash. Now, smooth little kids, little schools like this, they love to give the illusion that they're perfectly protected, impenetrable walls in every direction, and only gate supervised by a card reader and cameras. But, functionality speaking, you think the janitor is going to walk out the gates all the way around the school dump? Go back all the way around and through the gates? Of course not. That's sheer nonsense. Sheer nonsense. Something on the level presuming that the janitor took everything to the land of missing socks. I knew that there had to be another way in, and well, it took some searching, but that's how I found this. When I thought of something like that, why did it have to be Ryota? If you're trying to brag, don't expect a red carpet award from me. What I'm trying to tell you, kid, is that even the richest school in Samu has crappy security system. One man outsmarted it, just like this. To be fair, they probably weren't expecting a serial killer to be in their faculty. Sloppy work on their part. Let's go. Nai's getting younger, and neither am I. He turns and slides into the corridor, moving so fluidly that his head... Oh, fuck me. His head stays perfectly even over the ground. I then notice that his careful steps render him virtually silent, like a predator hunting down a piece of injured prey. Simple matter of exiting the building, turning the corner, and entering the classroom complex. Leads me at the stairs to the second floor, the floor where I saw Rui. Pulls open the door, lifted an eyebrow at me, I only stare inside the dim gloom, suddenly filled with dread. Everything could be a trap. Rui could have been moved. Chigiri could be lying. There are so many moving components to this encounter, so many potential things that could go completely wrong. I turn my gaze to Ryota. Only jerks his head at the door in a distinctly more impatient fashion. Impatient. I follow this nugget in the back portion of my mind that's still miraculously working. Then, with one deep breath, I enter the classroom. He's working with someone, isn't he? Ryota follows straight behind me, announcing my appearance with a loud crow. Angelically, it will rise at last. Who is he working with? There's a sleeves as if he's getting ready for work, tossing his keys and phone on top of the desk, probably an effort to unburden himself, or whatever he has planned. I stop abruptly, my eyes roving frantically across the classroom, pushing an empty space. There. On the back corner of the room are 3 desolate figures, each tied firmly to their chairs. One of them, a stretch of orange hair shining softly in the scant moonlight, is Rui. For a moment, I see nothing else. My eyes fix on her and the throat closes. Happy? I drove towards a choked whimper, tearing out my mouth before I can stop it. It's only after seeing her that the weight falls. Then I realize how long it's been since we've last spoken. Then I realize how much I missed her. That I remember what life was like without her. I press my hands against the desk to keep myself from collapsing bonelessly to the ground, forcing slow, steady breaths through my lungs. Still alive. Alive and before my eyes. She screams something mumbled against her gag and kicks the wall. The abrupt noise stops me in my tracks. Oh, it seems the damsel in distress wants to say some lovely little words. Wait, he moves. He stands to his feet and swaggers over to the chairs, one fluid motion. He flourishes something from the teacher's desk and holds it high in the air. A knife, serrated and sickly, the blade glinting coldly at the edges. With a panic, I leap forward. Don't! He slices down. Time freezes. The knife whisks forward and over, straight towards Rui's skull, searing the air below it in two. At the last possible moment, pulls back and neatly shreds the knot of her gag. Buff floats ugly in the air, coming to the rest on the linoleum below. Bleh. I force a ragged breath as Ryota screeches. Wahahaha! Okay, the look on your face was priceless. Priceless. Someone gets the desk, my relief too great to allow room for anger. Sad I stare at Rui. Her eyes and her hair, tip of her nose, letting the memorized image remind me of home. Comfort, teasing, loud Christmas dinners, and scented candles at a town festival. Whispered jokes, inside jokes, elbows in the ribs, playing make-believe like 2 idiots. Rui! What the hell are you thinking, Emma? Why would you come here? Her voice changes octaves. With every syllable, and her eyes are full of tears. Despite her terror, she's only worried about me. Clear my throat and croak something uncomfortable, and then try again. You're okay. Yeah, but not for long. Why didn't you just stay home? Because I couldn't leave her to die. Because I had to do something. I guess I got lazy at being lazy. She just had a choked laugh, something almost frantic, as though she didn't mean to laugh, but she couldn't help it. Well, there's a surprise. She sends me a weak smile. I turn to Ryota, who only smiles lazily in response. You see, I'm a good sport, so very accommodating. You won't find an executioner of my tier anywhere else in the world. Executioner? Executioners kill people for a purpose. Executioners are given targets by other people. Is it possible to get any information out of him? Executioner? You mean glorified hunting dog? Ooh. But to my dismay, my voice cracks. This only sins behind Ryota's glee. Hunting? Oh no, hunting is meant for practical purposes. Hunting is for meat, or the hide, or the money from sales. I think myself as a gardener, pruning dead weight to the branches with actual promise can grow. My ID is my employer. My ego... Oh, my id is my employer. My ego, the employee. And don't think I don't know what you're doing, scraping for a time that won't bring the police any closer, boy. Do you realize that you sound... No more No more provocations. It's time for school to begin its session. Oh shit. Bless my ears with a sudden sound. My heart instinctively jumps to my throat. Sacres quietly at the shock that must be evident on my face. Welcome, class. Hate to say it, but you're now in remedial session. Suffice it to say, you're all screwed up in a big way, and it's my job to whip you back into shape. Wait, what did Rui do? Oh, wait, she was bad at math. Really? Oh, I hate it, but someone in this snooty little elementary school has to smack the hands of the naughty ones. Suddenly whips to me, his eyes blazing fire, pointing the tip of his knife right at my chest. You! Why aren't you sitting down? I sit down, throw dry. Ryota's shoulders immediately relax. Good, that's exactly how I like it. Now, Ishimoto, is it? Since you came in late, you get to be my special assistant. My body goes cold. My eyes immediately turn to the knife. Ryota, reading my intentions, chuckles. Oh, don't look so scared, boy. You'll help me discipline. Sounds like a much better position to be in, doesn't it? Relief courses through me, and I hate myself for it. I'll give you a little choice, boy. Listen carefully, because it's an important one. Uh-oh. I don't like this. Each of us needs to discipline someone else. That's a given. This is a remedial class, after all. But I'll give you 2 fabulous sessions, and out of the goodness of my heart. Either my disciplinee will be Darling, Little Ruri, and yours will simply be that plastic class skeleton, or both of us will work on those other 2 students. Other students since when I read the 2 strangers sitting by Rui. I looked at the back of the room, sizing up the 3 figures. The first is a girl, the second a boy. I don't recognize either of them, but they look young, maybe in their first year. They're speechless, but even from where I sit, I can see sweat rolling from their temples and dripping onto their necks. Knees are clearly shaking. Both of them, absolutely terrified, innocent bystanders, pulling into the sick, dastardly game. Rui's next to them. Unlike the others, she's completely still. Eerily so. Like she's been turned into stone. When I meet her gaze, I see nothing but tears of fear in her eyes. She's ungagged. In a different circumstance, she would have volunteered immediately in order to save the other 2 students. Should have been brave and fiery and everything the world knows her for. The fact that she hasn't seen the world tells me just how scared she is. My eyes drift back to Ryota, who only tilts his head. The knife twitches in his hand, and I suddenly piece everything together. He's a discipliner. I am a discipliner. Whatever he's planning on doing, I will have to copy. If he breaks bones, so must I. If he saws through limbs, so must I. If I don't, then all of us will be killed, right here, right now. Because the only thing keeping him playing along is me. I could pick the class skeleton. I would only have to maim plastic, stop on plastic. Break plastic, everything would be safe, but then Rui would be in the hands of Ryota, and watching her get hurt, I don't think I could bear it. I came here to save her. Letting her die in Ryota's hands? No, there's gotta be a different way. Then what, the other 2 students? That's 2 lives instead of 1. The 2 bodies instead of 1. Objectively, it's the worst decision in every way. Ryota knows this because he knows me sometimes better than I know myself. Damned if I do, damned if I don't, the ultimate trade-off. I can't pick up Rui. I can't give up Rui. I just can't. But forcing 2 other students to suffer, just who do I pick? Oh. Nope. Can't. No, I cannot let Rui die. Never. Doing all this to save Rui, I cannot let her die. Never. I try to speak, but it comes out as a croak. Desperately, I clear my throat and try again. Let's work on the 2 other students. The reactions are immediate. Ryota's face lights up in a manic smile. Rui's jaw drops. The other 2 students explode. You bastard! You damn bastard! I can't believe you! Please! Don't hurt my sister! Don't hurt me! Whoa. Whoa. This makes for his brother and sister. Suddenly watches Ryota gleefully skips over to the chairs, dragging the two students over. Rui gasps breathlessly. Brother and sister, the cruelty will never end. I swear if you lay one finger on my brother. Ryota stops abruptly. The momentum throws the girl against her ropes, temporarily choking her into silence. Isn't she just so darling? I picked her out specifically for you, boy. You. Did you? Oh yes, and she gets to be yours. Her eyes blank as the girl glares at me. Hate burning clear in her eyes. Oh. You're disgusting. And I say nothing. It vaguely dawns on me that I should direct her anger at the serial killer. Psychopath who orchestrated this entire thing. But can I really? They still had hope. Hope that, hey, two would go unscathed, that only one person would have to suffer rather than two. I crushed that hope. The last hope they ever had. And now, they'll die for it, agonizingly, with nothing but despair. Instead, my reply is automatic and empty. I'm sorry. I fully expected to spit in my face, but she only turns her head away. Hisao, look at me. Look at me, Hisao! Terrified boy looks eyes with hers, face doused in a mixture of tears and sweat. It'll be okay. It'll be okay. Do you understand? It won't be. It'll be okay. Look at Ryota, expecting him to slap her into silence, but he only leans against the wall, grinning like he's having the time of his life. Of course. He must be having a field day. The pleasure bringing pain brings him more joy than death itself. A sudden urge to laugh, and I don't know why. Yama? Airy voice from the corner reminds me of Rui's presence. She's staring quietly at the scene before her, face bleached white. You're not going to hurt her, are you? Guilt. Terror. Regret. Anguish. We must both be feeling their full effects. Close your eyes, Rui. She sighed with a quiet sob. I turned to Ryota. Now that everything's set up, I need you to untie Rui. You know I can't do anything to you while you still have that knife. Neither can she. Neither of us will leave the other person to die either. Only because you're the teacher's pet boy. He stalks over to Rui, cheering and cleanly slices at her bonds. She promptly claps her hands together, breathing deeply. Don't run, Rui. He'll kill us. He'll kill both of us. I won't. It's back to Ryota, hands sweaty against the fabric of my jacket. So, what are the rules of the game? Oh, it's quite simple. Tries behind the teacher's desk and pulls something out underneath. My hair drops. 2 metal pipes, around 3 feet in length, rough around the edges. He rolls one to me. I automatically stoop down and pick it up. We'll take turns inflicting blows on our disciplinees. Good, solid blows that make a nice musical sound. First discipliner who knocks out or kills that disciplinee loses. The boy bawls at this point. Even the girl is shocked into silence. The first person to fall unconscious means a loss, which means I have to inflict pain without promise of comfort. I want to win, or at least not lose. Each blow needs to be felt by their conscious mind. At that moment, I'll be just like Ryota. Oh, don't give me that face, boy. Be glad I didn't pick the knife. I mean, I'm pretty tempted to, but then you'd probably last, and that's just boring. Something like this needs to be remembered. So, are we ready to begin? No. I'm certainly not ready. I'll never be. Took the pipe in my hand, feeling its weight. It's hefty, steady. It could easily break bones, probably shatter a skull. And it's in my hands. I'll go first. Watch and learn. He stands over the boy, gripping the pipe tightly in one hand, keeping a knife in the other. I watch transfixed, even while everything in my brain is screaming for me to turn away and close my eyes. The boy whimpers quietly, eyes wide, squirming around the crude ropes that bind him to his chair. Ryota smirks quietly at him and ruffles his hair. Not gonna lie to you, kid. This is gonna hurt like hell. No! Ryota raises the pipe, painstakingly slow, reveling in the drama of the moment. I might have laughed if the situation wasn't so sick. 3, 2, yeah! But when it's just in this way from the boy's kneecaps, he stops. Psych! The boy loses a great shuddering guess. Shoulders dropping in relief. Without a moment of hesitation, Ryota lifts the pipe and brings it down. Ooh! Yikes. Screech of metal as the base of the chair grinds against the ground from the force of the impact. The boy is still screaming as Ryota steps back, an expression I've never seen before drawn on his face. Oh, beauty. True beauty. How poignant is your sting. He giggles quietly to himself as the boy rises against his chair, leg forced to an awkward angle. Damn it! This can't go on. I realize it quietly through the empty shock as my fingers turn around the pipe. I can't let this go on. Is there any way to outthink the situation? Anything at all? I stated most, my mind fails me. Well, your turn, boy. 4 students, including me, 4 lives at stake. 2 thrust in the middle of this terrible suffering. I originally came with the intention to just grab as much time as I possibly could. I thought I could prevent death, maybe 2. There's no sign of the police, not even the slightest indicator they'll come at all. And now, death is looking like the best option. By the time I'd have to draw this game. As much pain to this girl as she can bear. While the boy suffers beyond description. If the police don't come, we'll still end up dead. Crack this girl's skull, give her a merciful end, and then I lose, and Ryota unleashes his knife on the rest of us. Or if I move really fast, I can maybe put an end to both her and her brother. In which case it would only be down to ruin me. No. Shiguri said she would come. She swore she would come. She said. She promised. She told me. Stop dallying around, boy. We haven't got all day. Gah. He's probably expecting me to attack him, though, and he'll block it with his pipe and then just stab me right in the gut. Gotta stall. Pipes? Don't you think that's a little, I don't know, dated? Just because something is old-fashioned doesn't mean it's bad. No, you can't just... Oh! How long can I stall, though? I don't see what you mean. Sure you do. Never been an avid fan of change, have you? Let's get... Just stall. So you're saying that I'm stuck in my ways, huh? Fuck you, dude. We all have natural tempo. Nothing wrong with that. Ah! That's certainly a positive outlook. Know what you're trying to do, kid. Cut it out. Make a choice. Now! Alright, sorry! I'm sorry. I automatically step forward, knuckles turning white as I raise the pipe. Shiguri says she would bring the police. Shiguri needs me to buy time. Buying time means abiding by the game, drawing it out, pain without mercy, conscious damage. Yama, please, close your eyes. Voice comes from my mouth is cold and blank, nothing like my own. Keep my eyes open as I swing the pipe down, knowing that I'd only endanger the girl further if I closed them. I see the pipe descend. So the girl's eyes widen. I see... Ah! The vibration rocks from the tip of the pipe through my arms to my eyes, which rattles in their sockets. I feel the impact of her arm. Yeah! Something in me, something I hadn't known was there, slinks away into the shadows, gone forever. The girl gasps for breath as her brother bursts into tears. No! A brother, a sister, doomed to die. Step back, hands shaking uncontrollably. Ryota only throws back his head and laughs. Oh, yes, yes, that's it. I was worried for a moment, you know, thinking of you'd pansy out. Well, you mean business right now, don't you? There must be something, some other way, some advantage, something that doesn't involve this. I still myself, keeping my eyes fixed on the girl before me. Faking shock? Maybe. Can't say that I'm really faking. Meanwhile, I let my mind cast about the room, mentally recalling every sensory memory that is shoved away as I entered the classroom, searching for some miraculous situation. Door swung open beneath my touch as I stepped into the classroom. Ryota stormed behind me, letting every footstep vibrate through the floor, up to the door frame, to the foundation of the building itself. He was waiting for this moment, I think. The students that he'd carved into pieces might have pleased him temporarily, but this night, this would be his magnum opus. He wanted to relive it over 1,000 times over. He grinned with confidence as he cupped his hands around his mouth. And the delinquent arrives at last. To the room, squinting in the darkness of the farthest corners, my breath shallow and my palms sweaty, mouth spaghetti. In the meantime, Ryota pushed up his sleeves and tossed his keys and phone on top of the desk. That's when I saw Rui. Wait. Tossed his keys and phone on top of the desk. If I get to his phone... I'm on the police. No matter how quickly and secretly Shiguri might act, it's a high chance that she'll be found out. After all, it'll only take a few minutes for that mole to relay the news to Ryota. This time shouldn't be any different. Anytime now, a phone call could warn Ryota, tell him to get away, and that would be the end. Doesn't matter if I manage to distract him this game. It's not like he'll ignore a phone call from his accomplice. In that case, I need to get rid of that phone. I have a pipe in my hand, and I'm just a step away from the desk. My problem is bringing it without Ryota noticing, or if he does notice, He won't think that I'm knowingly sabotaging him. Hello? Earth to Yama Ishimoto. What, is this a little too much for you? My voice catches and squeaks, which makes me sound exceedingly helpless. That's a good thing. Ryota giggles quietly, but his arms are narrowed. This must be a little rough, Do you feel like you're hitting your poor, poor sister? I wouldn't worry. She's already dead. You know that. With the pipe tighter, my knuckles whining with pressure. The rough edges of the metal starts to cut into my palm and of my hand. I welcome the anger, the panic, the helplessness that's swelling around through my blood, gathering it into one tangled ball of black emotion. I'll still be sorry for you, kid, no? Would you rather hit the little boy? Shut up. Yuma, please, don't listen to him. Come to think of it, maybe you'd have some fun if you had the boy. Finally get an outlet for all that self-hatred. Yama! He's just trying to get to you. You can fight it. Shut up, you bitch. Frightening speed, he bounced across the classroom and seized Rui by the hair, yanking backward until it next at a natural angle. Well, you know, I liked you at first, but now you're just a little yapping dog. I'll slit your throat right now. Feed your esophagus to the brat over there. This is to the boy who's fastened to the chair. Ruiz makes an instinctive whimper deep in her throat. Do we have an understanding? Yes. Do we have an understanding, you blathering whore? Yes. Something locks in my brain, and all my motion drains away until I feel like an empty automation. You shouldn't have touched her. My vision blows with the rage as I raise the pipe up, my arms shaking. Cold, everything feels so cold. The edges of my lips pull up into her unbidden smile as a fleeting vision passes before my eyes. Rita's body, battered and broken at my feet, waiting for me to make an imprint. Sees the vision, even deeper as part of my mind shrinks away in horror. I let it control me. You shouldn't have touched Ryui Hayata. Send the pipe down as much force as possible. The metal pulses against the floor with an ear-spinning crack. Splinters of something white and shiny shoot away from the point of impact like a spray of bullets. Boy and girl shrink back in the chair, staring at me wide-eyed. It's irrelevant. Get away from her. I let my voice increase in volume. I let it shake. I let it steep with madness and fury. Ryota steps away invertedly, not out of fear, but out of surprise. He almost seems pleased with my transformation. I lunge forward, my voice exploding shrilly out of my throat. Get away from her, I'll kill you. So swing the pipe. Whoa. Pipe my like an unbalanced marionette on a string, letting the end swivel into the desk, chairs, walls, anything. I rush at Ryota, but he nimbly weaves between the desk and tightens the grip on his own pipe. Pipe presses within into Rui's face as I whirl around, bowling in Ryota's direction towards the desk. Finally register a look of open horror from Rui, but I flick it away from my mind like a gnat. I lunge at Ryota with a full force blow, swinging down, letting out a vicious scream. Just as I was hoping, Ryota is startled by my sudden burst of energy, seemingly dodges to the side instead of blocking my blow. My pipe slices downward and splits the polished surface of the teacher's desk, sending shards of wood flying. The impact rattles up my arm and into my skull, but most importantly, I've hit Ryota's phone, dead center. Shatters into a new pile of rubble, the resulting crackle masked by the destruction. I don't dare to take a pause. I can't celebrate the small victory. Instead, I let my anger fester and take a hold of my pipe. I'll kill you right here, Ryota. Swing the pipe again at him, and he steps back, adjusting the grip on his pipe piece, getting ready to counterattack. The momentum in my arms carry my weight straight into the wall, sending the plaster cracking. I let loose a scream of frustration, something that rips my throat raw and ricochets against the broken wall. From the corner of my periphery, I can register Rui clasping her hands. Yama, please, stop! Is that the best you've got, kid? Samuel landed a single hit on this old man. I don't let myself think. I just swing the pipe unblinkingly at his head, knowing that it won't hit. And Ryota drops down, just as I suspect. His eyes widen with glee, and he swings his own pipe with one hand, and... Ooh! My stomach suddenly lurches back against my spine with a piercing hammer of agony. I'm sent sprawling to the ground, and Rui's screaming faintly hit in my ears. Yama! And then the coolness, the numbness, the emptiness, it all melts away. I suddenly feel weary, like every footstep is being pulled through mud. The bowl of pent-up aggression in my gut is replaced with a pounding soreness from the impact of Ryota's pipe. For a moment, I let myself lie there, splinters of wood and plasters pricking into my back. It'd be so easy to just close my eyes and sleep, let this whole world drift away. Get up, boy! Game's not over yet, unless you mean to forfeit. Ah, that's right. Can't forfeit because there's other lives on the line. That's what I came here for, to help these other people, to save some lives. I start to pull myself up, but my abdomen clenches in pain. I gracefully fall back to the ground, my back stinging from the tiny daggers of fragments embedded in the ground. So, no forfeit? Pity. Turn to my side and try again. This time I lean on the remains of the desk, paralleling an arm against my aching stomach. Where was that energy from a split second ago? Why am I suddenly so tired? Guess I tend to charge ahead when I have a purpose, and without that purpose I just run on a broken engine. I needed to break the phone. Now I've broken it. What's left? Wait? How long? When will Shigurdi come? You playboy. I see what you're trying to do. My veins fill with dread, and it takes every ounce of self-control for me not to cast a glance at the buried phone. Much for you, noise isn't an issue. You can throw a tantrum all day and no one will hear a thing. The new curfew keeps kids in a dorm court. No one's gonna take a stroll around the classrooms when they could be playing foosball in the common room. I don't have any energy to respond. I don't even feel my face move. Gradually, the cold, unwelcoming emptiness of my mind is dissipating, replaced with a creeping sense of utter what? Something dark. Black. Something that feels like it's squeezing my temples and smothering my nostrils so I can't breathe. Well, that was an interesting intermission. Must be my turn again, no? He weighs the pipe casually in his hands, like he's adjusting his hold on a baseball bat and lifts it over his shoulder. Only register his words when he steps forward, sliding closer to the boy's side. Suddenly, past the bolt of pain in my diaphragm, I'm screaming, "No! I automatically close my eyes at the moment of impact, but that doesn't make the crunch of his collapsing blah. Ryota struck the boy's hand this time. I keep my eyes off of it, scared at the witnessing the damage for myself, but judging from the boy's shocked stare, it's just as bad as it sounds. Please, don't hurt him. Oh, I wouldn't worry. If I were you, you'll be getting your fair share of the pain. She groans at this, loud in anguish, bubbling in her throat like a clot of blood. Breaking the phone wasn't enough. There has to be more. Something I can do. Are you enjoying this? A filler, as my mind scrambles for something more adequate. Well, yes, I am. Thanks for asking. And you've enjoyed the previous students? They're alright, but this little show has been the best by far. Like playing chess against a toddler versus playing chess against a rival. One just doesn't bring that satisfying challenge, you know? I can't feel good about pulling a checkmate on a little kid who's not even potty trained. Become more talkative, taking his focus off the game, even if it's just a little bit. I see this as desperation. Maybe they were more of a challenge than you thought. I figured you out, just from the clues that they dropped. His bold claim, Ryota tilts his head like a broken doll. I see the deranged gears in his head, picking up speed ever so slowly. Ryota doesn't like games with only pain. Suffering, injury, Ryota likes to think. Ryota is intelligent. Ryota would he like for a battle of wits just as readily. Even in this pipe game. It was a mix of sadism and psychology, his mind clashing against mine, trying to make me succumb to his methods. Maybe there's a way to pique his interest and bring the floor back into balance. It's the last hope I have. You always were a sharp kid, weren't you? I had high expectations for you, but you've exceeded every one of them. You deserve a gold star. We know that a gold star isn't exactly a great incentive at the moment. Oh? But I read that positive reinforcement is better than punishment, particularly when it comes to children. To be fair, I've always thought of it as a ruse. Punishment gets results. You just need to look at the history at that. It's because of whips and taskmasters that the ancient pyramids and the great terracotta army were built. Meanwhile, what has modern humanity done? Skyscrapers? What beauty do those hold? They're glorified prisons, cages of metal and glass meant to trap in pathetic little animals. Is that what you consider success? Building something big? Some people just prefer happiness. Happiness, what a subjective measure of reality. At least impressive structures are tangible. They are made of strong material, carved to loom above the common populace. When you look up, you realize the depth of man's insignificance. Happiness? What can measure happiness? How many smiles I send per day? Oh, let's not forget the first world dream. Living in a mansion with a Ferrari and thousands of servants. Nothing brings happiness so much brings awe. This is just a meaningful list stall for time, but I'll take it. You're starting to warm up. And weirdly enough, so am I. Maybe happiness is subjective, but does it really bring fulfillment? Doesn't it? Haven't you ever just stood on the precipice of a great chasm and thought, oh, I could just die happily at this moment? It's an unparalleled feeling in the world, child. You seem to be regarding me with skepticism. And pray tell, what is your opinion? What makes you happy in this foolish little world? Cocaine! What makes me happy? But the question seems to be a trap. Is he waiting for something to use against me? It's time for another layer of psychological warfare? My friends, I could say, my friends make me happy. They point out how none of them were here, how I've endangered the only one who mattered, how friends are simply an arbitrary term for several useless acquaintances. All who feels despair. Then what else could I offer as an answer? Okay. Being alive. Being alive to do what? You're gonna experience everything that life has to offer? Then Ryota would say that if the gift of life is enough to bring happiness, then everyone should always be happy. The slave beneath the whip, the trafficked girl in a brothel, the prisoner of war on a rack. And again, I would only feel despair. What makes me happy? It fuels me to get up in the morning and keep going. Altruism? Hardly. I think most people in the world are pretty stupid and don't deserve to live. Love? Yeah. As if that's a fountain of affection. What is there to fuel me? What makes me happy? The thing I think of, I know that Ryota can warp and use against me, but try to break me with my words. Oh, have I been caught? A shame that we had to meet her under these circumstances, child. Mental faculties are truly impressive. Do you understand a thing of my lecture? I can't say I do. Will there be a study guide? You're already in the test, boy. I'm afraid it's too late. Simply put, he who has the most drive has the most strength. Who has the most strength has the most power. Look at you. You can't even tell me what makes you happy, whereas I gave a confident answer. Why do you suppose that you are so powerless while here I stand invincible? You even took my lack of answer and used it against me. I tried to tell myself that it was the right decision. Are you saying that you won? I'm just reporting facts. But if I'm weaker, I can still beat you. I already beat you. Nobody was supposed to know that you were responsible for the killings. The recent ones, or the independent ones. Rito stuffs and distracts, his eyes glinting. Well, whatever the independent killings were, looks like he really was the person behind them. The breather that desperately seized, I tried to cover my fatigue by flinging a challenge look in his directions. You've been busier than I thought. Sorry. Doesn't seem to be too hard. People don't tend to expect much from me. But you've made friends in high places, High places? This throws me for a loop. Yahiko. This is my high places. I got the information from Natsuki and she lives in a shabby apartment in District 6. I can't be distracted. I had to keep the conversation flowing, making him lose track of time. Just how many people have you killed? The Aztecs had this remarkable belief system. Would you like to hear it? I just asked a quick. In order to appease the gods, to keep the universe running smoothly, they were to offer constant human sacrifices. Priests would up the hearts of prisoners of war while they were yet alive. They selected performing this ritual of the kingdom as they knew it would fall to pieces. That's why you kill people? To keep a summer running? What kind of reason is that? What do you think I am? The priest? His voice drops and takes on a tint of something unfamiliar. My spine tingles in apprehension. I am not the priest, child. I am the god! I receive bloody offerings that I not give them myself. The city must earn my goodwill, lest I paint the streets red with my vengeance. The ones who scorn me will be obliterated by the very words of their own mouth. Oh dear child, you know nothing of beauty, of pure unadulterated strength. From my mouth, willing a snarky remark to come forth, but there's nothing. My hands are shaky, tying against my throbbing stomach. What kind of madness has seized this guy? I strain open my mouth wider, hoping that something will come out. Anything. I don't say anything if I don't distract him, even if it means I have to listen to more of his insanity. You have to excuse me, boy, but our intermission must come to an end. We must return to our little game. Too late. The opportunity has been lost, and now I'm rattled and I can't recover. The psychological damage is one-handedly. I don't think it could have happened any other way. Like a puppet master overseeing a play, he has total control over every scene. Well, boy, it's your turn. What is your move? Okay, stall. I can't keep hitting her. It's a pity that life doesn't change, whether you can or can't do something. What the fuck does that mean? Why? Did that happen to you? Oh, are we having a little heart-to-heart? Yes. Something must have happened. Something that turned you pretty bitter. You'd love if that were true, wouldn't you? Hurry up. Clock's ticking, boy. I better. No. I have no other option. I just have to follow along. My hands are shake, so I'm close to raising the pipe. I can get away with hitting softer? No, it's a dumb idea. I know it's a dumb idea. Ryota would immediately know, and then you make me hit her again. Can't close my eyes. Might accidentally kill her if my aim is off. So I keep them wide open until the air pulls tears out of them. and I swing the pipe. Meow. Her arms hangs limply over the edge of the chair, bent at an unusual angle that raises bow to my throat. How must she be feeling at this moment? How can she stand it? How captive for no reason, every nerve screaming fire at her, begging her consciousness to fade, but finding no relief. How can she live through that kind of miserable existence? Say, kid, you're not looking too hot. Want to call in a sick day? Doubt that's an option, I want to say. Something unfettered and cynical, something that keeps me safe from the mess of the world. Instead, my mouth opens to pull up a topic to divert the conversation. You said you killed people for fun, essentially. How does that bother you? Something would bother most people. But if I remember correctly, the Aztecs, well, they killed other strong warriors to transfer that strength to the sun. So what made you turn to a bunch of helpless students? That's the question. The inner crevices of my mind whisper quietly. Is it worth it? Isn't this just prolonging an agonizing demise? Other option is there. When I think of it, earlier you mentioned being an executioner. Ah, good observation, kid. Let's just say that it's no coincidence that all the victims are connected to the carrier's son, How fun, you're about to join that number. It makes me falter. Of course, if Yako isn't the killer, but has a connection to every victim, it has to bear significance. How could I ever overlook that? What? What do you even have against Yahiko? He's harmless. He's gentle. He feels like a little kid in a broken world. Something so stupidly innocent that it's refreshing. I have nothing against Yahiko. You're asking the wrong question. There's nothing against Yahiko, but he's killing people close to him. That's an incredibly drastic maneuver. Something puts attention on his own, like, because of his parents. No matter how hard I can think, his parents! I can't falter. I can't let him remember to continue the game. Think! If I were Yoda, if I were some psychotic man who loved to kill people, no inflict extreme agony, then why would I do such a thing? What is Yahiko that I'm not? What does Yahiko have that I don't? Is arrogant, a dreamer, easily excitable, oblivious? No, these personalities. Motive! His parents! The Akardis, if it doesn't have to do with the past history, they don't really know each other that well after all. That's because of money? Money. Connections. Yahiko is the son of two higher-ups at super company name. If Yoda doesn't have anything against Yahiko, then could he have something against his parents? If you're aiming for Yahiko's parents, it seems a lot more effective to target the people around them. It's not that brain of yours, I see. Yes and no. Yes, since Yahiko is just an easy avenue to his parents. But targeting the people around the parents themselves is suspicion. Not to mention artless and cliché. Thought you'd be smarter than that. Little thought bothers me. Why is he so open with this information? No, I don't have time to consider. Right now, I just have to accept it, because he's gonna kill you no matter what. Try to, anyways. Think more, I am Ryota. Even now I want to see blood, to hear screams too. No, something else is clashing. Students aren't a challenge. They're too easy for me, they're wretched pests. The deaths are simple and insignificant. They will be remembered for a day, 2, perhaps 5 years by their families. But eventually they will fade into uncontrollable nothingness, because they are young and meaningless. Another tale in a long list of missing persons. Whereas, get my hand on a politician or a world leader, even a company executive. Mourning for weeks, months, years, remembrance in the history books. The man who killed the king or the president or the emperor, I shall make my mark on society forever, a beautiful thread filling up space of an intricate tapestry. But instead, I've decided to kill students, to catch insignificant little rodents, just to put pressure on the Cardi family. What a joke. Why am I even doing this? The Cardi family, is he threatening me? Is threatening me? Now suddenly my judgment would be more swift. I would care not about my own death, as I could have them suffer first. Were they threatening me? I would see them in their rooms the next night with a knife in my hand and a grin on my face. Capital punishment would be insignificant. I would face the chopping block gladly in that case. Money? Perhaps someone's commissioning me with a money incentive? As if I am paid in blood. Currency is of little value to my psyche. Barely needed to pocket change. A few black market inquiries would do. Perhaps I need something money cannot buy. Something only a certain commissioner has. And the only way to get it is to pressure the Akardis, even if it means killing rabbits. For that, I thought it was someone only slightly with Yahiko, Midori Mineo. Hey, they would not even notice. Yahiko may mourn, the compassionate imbecile, but to the Akardis, it's just an insignificant disappearance. Then Toma Hayashi, rented after their son on a greater level, an orientation group that Yahiko led. That may raise some eyebrows and call for suspicion, but nothing that the Akardis can prove. This is kind of Tsukino. Girlfriend Shoji, who was close to Yaiko due to the Happy Club. Shoji himself followed thereafter. Fellow people with Yaiko Akira as its center. Poor soul would not understand what was going on, but surely the parents would. In return, I would receive something of enormous value, something that money cannot buy, even if it means that I must sacrifice a portion of my dignity. Yama? You, Ryota, are on someone else's payroll. You are a freelancer with a client? You are no artist. You have no satisfaction. How the mighty have fallen. Once a predator, feared by all, able to strike whenever and wherever he so pleased. Now a mindless guillotine with no will of its own. How great is your greed that you would betray your love of art for this? Oh, you fool, you've conquered dogs and rats. Silence! His voice teems of ice, and I feel his psyche writhing in humiliation. Alright, just so thrilling. When they screamed, how easy they must have been to forget. Just as a man can distract himself with symphonies, so he can distract himself with agony. But you returned. When you lay your head on your pillow, you must have realized the bitterness of your own insignificance. Rabbits! Pawns! You are pest control! Do not test me, boy! But I'm caught in the euphoria. A welcome distraction from never-ending cycle of pain and panic that plagued me before. Selling your soul for a delusion. Penance. Do you never wish to go back to happier times? A time where you were shadowed with a name? Independent killings. Nothing is more fearsome than the unknown. The people who knew about them, were they terrified? Did they huddle in their beds every night unable to sleep, thinking that they could be next? Did it stroke your ego knowing the one who held their fate in their hands was you? Or those killings also discretion of your employer? Were there further connections to the police simply could not deduce? Was there also a primeval commission? Greedo grits his teeth and digs his fingers in the nearest desk, but he doesn't say a word. Then I'm right. I'm right about everything. Yeah! Here you are, the fearsome Cerberus, yet you are bound to a pathetic little leash. Caught up in corporate politics at that, where there's nothing but bigwigs bickering like toddlers. What exactly do you need so badly? Can't imagine you'd be craving love or friendship, given the quick reminder, what else can money not buy? Well, give me another quick reminder. Respect, naturally good looks, peace of mind, oh, say, an honest politician. Motives, Ryota. Motives are an interesting thing, aren't they? Everybody likes to think that their motives are special and unique, but in the end they're all the same. Money, love, power. Which of those apply to you? Or do you still think that you're all that special? That you're something more than an empty little puppet dancing from the strings of someone's fingers? What a sick existence. What an agonizing, wonderfully meaningless existence. Yama, stop it. This is not winning. Ray's voice shocks me out of character, like a fish suddenly pulled out of the water. Suddenly from my mind blank. Not winning. Of course. I wanted to win over Ryota. I wanted it so badly that I even became Ryota. And I let myself stay as him. Stay as him. Even though I despise him more than I ever despised anyone. But even that isn't winning. That's just losing. Because becoming Ryota would just be to win the battle and lose the war. I'm already inflicting injury on innocent students with a metal pipe, just like Ryota would. I lose my mind. Cute display, kid. Real cute. He's smiling absurdly. Already recovered. His voice is calm, but I catch a note of tension that wasn't there before. Get the impression that I made a terrible mistake if I had just proceeded. Well, he would have snapped. What would happen if he snaps? Would we all look at these two students bound to their chairs? What it looked like? Broken, helpless, pleading for death? I shouldn't have tried. But what else could I have done? Just gone along with the status quo? That resulted in anything different? No, what's interesting? You're still missing something, aren't you? You think that you've read the whole book, you think you know how it ends, you think you know the whole pattern, but you're still blind. You see out of one eye, but not the other. Missing part of the pattern? I don't understand. Think harder, boy. So the sequence of deaths has to do with Yaiko. So what? So what? Broken gear in the back of my mind slowly begins to turn forward. Right, all the deaths revolve around Yaiko. Statistically, over time, those deaths have gotten closer and closer to their epicenter. Almost like a whirlpool sucking in its surroundings, closer to Yaiko. Within the school, the closest people to Yaiko. But he didn't target Masato, did he? Armi, Rui, and Masato. The inseparable gang that hangs out together day in and day out, flying through life, a bunch of rambunctious high school shenanigans, of course. That was why he instinctively picked up the phone. That was why he'd been prepared for my call. That was why he kidnapped Rui. Because we were already in the next ones on his list. No. Oh, that was quick. Congratulations. To be honest, boy, the Kurogara Kane boy should be here too. But ha, guess what? He goes to bed too early. I look like doesn't answer his phone. I even prepared my whole excuse and everything. Suddenly I feel so tired, way down. My intellect is frying away. I feel my sanity bleeding out of my body. Just let it end. It was all planned from the very beginning. Can't keep pulling out. I can't prolong this misery. I tried to one up Ryota. I'll end up in more state than before if that trend continues. My eyes drift aimlessly to the ground, the pipe swaying limply between my fingers. Blood dripping quietly from the chairs. Small amount, terrifying small amount, given how much damage we inflicted. How much internal bleeding must there be? How much pain? Now I know Ryota's motives and history. Now I know his history. So what? It's unaccomplice's manslaughter, bit by bit, wiping out the opportunities in this girl's life. Dream of playing on a sports team. Dream of being on a pianist. Dream of marrying a normal guy and having normal kids. Shamelessly and brutally striking those dreams from existence with no method of recovery. Someone who actually has opportunities in life and being taken away by someone else. Ah, the injustice of the world. Better be grateful that I'm a patient man. Mr. Bean would have peeled your forearm in layers for your insolence. Mental image pulses in front of my eyelids, and I stumble backward, nausea surges in my throat. This time I'm just a kid trying to fight a seasoned serial killer. What was I thinking? I use my hands and push against the desk, shakily trying to prop myself on my feet. Only clasped bonelessly to the ground, legs like gelatin. I can't continue this, not much longer. I see blood on the edge of the pipe in my hands, blood that's not here. Blood that's not there, blood that I know isn't there, but blood that still weeps down the metal and coats my hands. All is silence, save for the strangled sobs of 200 children, 2 dying siblings, side by side. I'm sorry. Sorry. I'm sorry. Well, guess it's my turn again. No? I'm really giving you an advantage here by going first. Now you'll always be the one hit ahead. Please, just stop. He ignores my faint whisper and steps forward, adjusting his grip on the pipe. One whimpers incomprehensible words spilling in and out of his mouth. Sorry, kid, but the world doesn't listen to begging, and neither will I. There's a pipe down with vindictive justice. There's a payback for my insolence. Punched instinctively this time, barely missing a moment of impact. Then a chair screeching against the ground, a piercing scream that rends the air. A light, sweet chuckle from the man who's lost his mind. My eyes open, I catch on a familiar, poignant smell. Vomit, dripping from the boy's mouth, pulling over the sides of the chair to the floor below. My stomach turns over, my grip rattles against the pipe. Oh yes, this is life, children. The beauty of pain has no substitute. Step forward, forcing words out of my dry mouth. We need to stop this. I can't handle this. Ryoto swivels on me, the joy in his eyes immediately dissipating. We're just getting to the good part. You're saying you're gonna forfeit? Critters never prosper, boy. And you wonder why you never prospered? Got to my knees, harder than I intended. The shakiness of my limbs gave my legs a solid blow against the ground. This is no longer an act. Graveling and showing vulnerability, it's not just another strategy anymore. I have no other way out, no other hope. Please. Don't do this. Do what? I can't find the words, so I only sweep my hand around the room. Oh, all of this? The whole captivity thing? The game? The fun? I manage to nod. Then, will you lick my shoe? Sense a foot in the puddle of boy's vomit, shaking it teasingly at me. I don't make a move. I'm waiting. From my mouth, fighting for words, nothing comes. Vomit gleams on the sole of his shoe, mocking me. Rui makes an instinctive sound of distress, gripping her chair with white hands. Inside the shoe, willing myself to lean forward. I don't move. See, boy, you're not really ready to really beg. Why? You still cling to your pride, pathetic as it is? Some part of you believes that you'll still have control of the situation. Some part of you believes that some miracle will bail you out. If you're really ready to beg, if you really threw away your pride, you wouldn't be aiming for the limbs, no? When you hold that pipe, you'd be aiming right for the skull. This is your only hope right now, the only hope of all of you. Death. But sadly for you, I don't like to rush my executions. It's such a waste. I shakily cambered to my feet, weighing my arms on the table to pull myself up. Pride? Belief? Control over the situation? Do I really have any of those things? Maybe he's right. Maybe if I was really hopeless, I would have just crushed 2 skulls and resigned myself to long, excruciating death. Here I stand with a pipe, ready to hit again. Why? It's not that your real dramatic stint has ended. I believe it's time for your turn. He tosses his knife against the moonlight in Rui's direction, sending a fresh reminder of the stakes. I don't know. So, you don't like to rush? I know they're tricks, boy, and I'm not in the mood to entertain them. Fuck. Oh. Sorry. I grabbed the pipe. Arm shaking as I raise it over my shoulder. Aren't you stuck here forever? The fight, isn't it getting too tiring? Aren't you exhausted? You're not strong enough to face this. I shake my head and squeeze my eyes shut, trying to knock the voices out of my head. We can't do this, Yama. This is wrong. We can't. I swing the pipe. Ugh. No, 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 no. Pipe drops out of my shaking fingers. I lean heavily against the nearest desk. My knees too weak to support my weight. I can't do this. Oh, sure you can. You're doing great. Ryo lifts the pipe over to the boy whose face is coated in a mixture of sweat and tears, slugging his hair against his forehead. The boy's eyes slide to mine, begging silently, hating the day he was born. Ryo sends a nicely smirk with a sheen of madness, reminding me of my early behavior. Payback, he seems to be saying. But I do nothing. Yeah. It was raw this time, raw from a overused throat that's been screaming far more than it should. When it descends into silence, I can hear the breath of two students rattling in their lungs, shallow and anguished. Blood is starting to trickle from their mouths, slowly, down the corner of the jaw and driven into their pristine uniforms. Death would be a far better option. Much time has passed. It feels like days stretched out against and pushed against each other. Practically, I know that it can't be more than a few hours. The sun hasn't started rising yet, but holding out for this long almost seems like delaying the inevitable. Where the fuck are they? I meet him, harming distance along the way. Why? Why did it have to be you? Who? Be specific, boy. I thought. I wanted. I wished it wasn't you. Shape up and tell me. Ambiguity helps no one. You shouldn't have been the killer, Ryota. You're supposed to help me. You're supposed to help me get through school. Through drama. Through life. Not this. Never this. Nah, we gotta stall. I thought you were with us. Why? Do you feel betrayed? Out of all people, it wouldn't be you. Fortunately, that is a fallacy in your own thinking. No, reminds with the pressure to hit her, I'm not gonna hit her. But why? Why you? You know nothing, boy. Quit your dawdling. Do I keep stalling? I don't... If I keep this up... Stall. Shit, I should have stayed before I did that. That's not good. I yell in pain. Oh, crap. I got so caught up in the thing, I forgot to... Immediately seizes the moment to bring down the pipe, crush again right on my leg. Ugh. Pain, nothing but pain. White as a sheet in my mind. Where the fuck is Shiguri? Ryota's voice bleeds quietly through the agony, low and mocking. No, child, that's not how you treat your elders. You really ought to have better manners. Suddenly I catch a blur of orange from the corner of my eye, and Ryota hisses through his teeth. Ooh. knife tumbles out of Ryota's grasp and skitters across the floor as he stumbles to the ground from the impact. Rui doesn't let up. She swings the pipe again, straight into Ryota's neck. He emits a choked screech, but when he turns in her direction, his pipe soars with uncanny— Ooh! Fuck! Fuck! Remember silence. I see her clasped graciously against the wall, blood pouring from her— Ooh. A sack, a roll of carpet. It's terrifyingly limp and fragile. My mind is trapped in the moment. Fuck! I'm gonna have to redo this again and... Fuck, I'm gonna have to look up how to get the good ending. There's gotta be a good ending. This can't be a... To Rui's pipe, and without hesitation, crushed against his skull. Ryoda crumbles to a lifeless pile. Stand there for a moment, frozen blood. Rui's mixed with Ryoda's, oozing down the length of the pipe, collecting in a gentle ellipse of crimson on the floor. Silence save for my breathing heavy and fast. The two students who only stare at me with wide eyes and teary faces. Blood, vomit, pus, saliva. Mist and a toxic concentration polluting the air. Pus my fingers clutched against the ground. I'm shaking. It's like the joints of my very bones are knocking against each other. Trying to the wind from the breath of my body, trembling like a leaf in the wind. Go to Rui's side and kneel next to her. My injured leg screams in protest, but even the pain seems eerily distant. The knees of my trousers meet blood. Soak it up without protest. Grab my hands around Rui's and stare, refusing to look at his disfigured face. Rui! Hey, he's gone. I gave her hands a warm, gentle squeeze. It's still warm. She's still warm. Rui. It should have been a stab wound. She should have hit his pipe arm, and he would have stabbed her. The hospitals can mend a stab wound, but a crushed skull and instantaneous death? Hey, I was supposed to tell you something. You can't leave me while I'm still talking. She's still silent. Fatal blow was not supposed to be so quick. There's supposed to be at least a moment, a grace period to share a single word, a look, a touch. I'm sorry, I would have said. It's okay, she would have said. Or if she couldn't forgive me, then act like a dummy. My hands glide up to her shoulders and gently shake her back and forth. Oh, Rui, hey, wake up. Rui, the police are coming, Rui. No, this can't, she can't. We were supposed to be okay. Wasn't it supposed to end like this? Rui, it's cold. Why is it so cold? Rui, don't leave. Don't leave me. I don't have anyone left. Rui. Fuck! Fuck! Okay, alright, we'll stop this. I'll stop the stream. A good thing I saved where I did. Alright, I'm gonna stop the stream, then I'll restart with the new one. And I'm gonna have to Google get the good ending. Fuck me!